Alright. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this party started. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you tuning in now or who are about to tune in, thank you for taking time and joining us on the stream. We got a big night and a good lineup tonight. Our first guest is going to be a relatively known person in Milsim. He's been with 1FR, he's doing made YouTube videos before. He also just got done with some training in the army, and he's got some time off to kill. So let's bring on our first guest. Scroll all the way down this shit. What's up, man?
Good afternoon, my dude.
Alright, before we start, just make sure your audio's included.
Give it. Double checked it already.
Yeet.
Yeet.
I was going to just introduce yourself, man.
Hey, my name is Weezer HD. I am a YouTuber. I just got back from army training. I've been in the Milsim community for the past 2-3 years. Currently not in a team because 1FR decided to go under some bad stuff, and I'm not. Excuse me, I don't want to be a part of that. Yes, that's really it. In a nutshell.
What? Oh shit! Before I forget, this stream is unofficially sponsored in part by Monster Energy Drink.
Oh god.
I don't know. It's just drinks, usually alcohol, but it's whatever. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was gonna make a joke, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna keep this somewhat level-minded.
Shit. Usually about a few beers in, but unfortunately, I'm to a predicament. I'm out of alcohol.
Oh, that sucks.
You're
I got some
me.
fucking blood in my ridge, but you know. I'll wait till I go on
You
a
gotta go for that
again.
You gotta go for that fucking that dark rum, Kraken. Ooh.
I'm tracking.
Alright, what do you do in the army? Like.
Alright, so basically, in a nutshell, in the army, I am a 12 kilo. Basically, I'm an engineer, or if you want to go to definitions of it, I'm a water, fuels, and systems maintenance guy. In a nutshell, I'm a freaking plumber for the time being. Basically, to kind of get down to it, right? Basically, my job is nothing but infantry until they actually need us. Basically, when I was going through my AIT in Texas, that's what all the sergeants told us. We legit don't do anything but infantry stuff until they need us. That's it.
That's pretty killer.
So, I mean, hey. This.
Did they give you, I know when I went through A school for the Navy, like our first week or two, they gave us a wish list, and it's like, all right, write down your name, where you would like to be, like 3 or 5 places you would like to be stationed at. And so we did that. And I put Japan as number 3. And next thing you know, hey, you're going to Japan. Fuck.
Hey, that's pretty cool. I mean, I'm going off to Korea next week, so.
That dude. Where the hell did you tell me you were going? Osan or something?
I'm going to Camp Humphreys.
That's what. Where the fuck is Camp Humphreys? Is that Seoul?
I have no idea. I have no idea. It's just on my plane ticket. It says like you something. I don't even know. To be honest, I haven't even looked at that because it's so depressing looking at that because I gotta leave next week. So I've been kind of keeping my mind on enjoying leave until I have to leave.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. Like you flying overseas, you get that big definition of homesick right there. I went through that shit, but if you're going to Korea, Camp Humphreys, yeah, that should be in Seoul. But anyway, like you could take a train trip from Seoul to Busan. Dude, Busan is fucking lit.
Oh God. I mean, hey, that's pretty cool.
If you get a car over there, I mean, it's like driving in the United States. It's not like if you're going north, you're in the right lane, or like in the United States, you're going north, you're usually in the right lane.
Yeah, I'm tracking.
And south is in the left lane. And Korea's the same thing. That kind of threw me out because that's the only Asian country. Everyone else is just opposite.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be a little interesting. I highly doubt they're gonna let us drive no one over there.
We did like an E5.
What's that?
And
yeah.
Barrick's gonna suck though, cause he's gonna have fucking inspections like weekly or daily.
Yeah, from what I've been told, they happen almost every other day. From what I was told from my platoon sergeants, but it depends on different units and stuff like that.
They haven't told you what unit you're going?
So, I already know I'm going to, but that's information that's gonna stay with me. Till off stream, if you want to know about.
It's more hush hush kind of thing. Fuck, what was it? Man, you're gonna be over there. I mean, you're gonna hear this from your platoon sergeant, all that shit. What do you army guys call it? I'm pretty sure they AOBICR. They send you to that. It's like pretty much a couple days where you got people telling you, all right, you got this and this and this on base, and you got this and that all over Korea. Yeah, pretty much that.
Yeah.
You got programs that are on base coming to talk to you guys, telling you all sorts of stuff they have and can do for you.
Yeah, I was told that I have like a reception week, and my sponsor basically takes me around that I need to do, and then I get all my stuff, like all my gear and stuff. I get that, and then he just basically drives me around, sets me up to everything, and that's really it. That's what I do for the whole week. And then next week I start everything full-fledged.
What was it? You're gonna hear this a lot. So as soon as you get there. But when you get a chance, like if you get free time, travel, like explore Korea. Just don't fuck up and like get hammered and beat up some kid.
Yeah, I was already warned about a couple places. I think
the Liberty there sucks though, I'll be honest. Because I mean, it's not like Japan. It's Japan. You can stay out till around 2 o'clock or something, or all night. But Korea, like before I left Asia, there was constant fuck ups.
Yeah, I mean for me, it's not really gonna be hard. I'm gonna be playing more video games than really going out.
Oh shit, that'll work.
Yeah, I plan on trying to get my YouTube. Yeah, I plan on trying to get my YouTube. Actually, I'll have time to really get into it. Hopefully.
19 kilos. Fucking. So you trying to like be a ranger or something?
Oh no. No. I'm going back to infantry. Well, excuse me. I'm not infantry. I want to go infantry. That's what my original contract was with MEPS. As everyone knows, MEPS fucks you over more than. And once my certain amount of time is up, I plan on switching to infantry and doing that again. Or trying to do that, excuse me.
Fuck, man.
Because that's what, I joined the army to do. And I had that contract with Airborne, but I lost it. Because of MEPS. Fuck MEPS. MEPS is a terrible place.
Anyone who doesn't know, MEPS, if you're enlisted in the military, course, you go there. You go to the federal building to take your ASVAB, but to get like sworn in, you have to go through all this like medical procedures, sign paperwork, all this stuff. Did you do the duck walk when you went to MEPS?
Yep.
And it gets, for some people, it's gonna be weird because you're gonna get that fucking. You have to go into the room with the doctor. He's gonna fucking grab your junk, like tell you, look that way, cough. Look that way, cough.
Yeah, look that way, cough. Does this hurt? No. And answer scopes. What you said, basically though, I had the contract already when I first went to MEPS. I've been to MEPS 5 times, and it was all within a 1-month period. When I first went to MEPS to do all my paperwork bullshit, I had that contract with Airborne and like a 3-year contract. It was perfect. The amount of time and everything was nice. But the issue at hand was that once I got there, they messed up something, and then I ended up having to all because of their mess up. And
you had to get a waiver.
You know, I couldn't do anything because just because I'm had to get a freaking waiver. So I had to get a waiver again, which led me to losing the contract because for the Army they can only hold the contract for a certain amount of time before you lose it. For the Army, you get 7 days once you reserve the contract to keep it, to sign that to sign the dotted line. Excuse me. So
are you gonna try
once
to
that
go
happened,
like
I was able to get my old job back. OCS now. I'm not an officer at all. I want to see where the 4 years take me, and then if I'm going to re-enlist or not. I want to see what happens first. Try to decide on anything. But
fucking.
The goal is with that though.
Yeah.
Are you good, dude? You good?
You good?
But what was I? Yeah. So I had to get the waiver. They had to set my appointment. I had to go to MEPS 1 day just to get my waiver. So I went to MEPS for 2 days. Got told I was getting temporarily disqualified until I can get the waiver. Then once I had to go to MEPS again to go do my appointment to get the waiver. And then once I did the appointment, I come back, go home for the day again. So that's like that's 2 times right there. And my 3rd time to go back to confirm everything, that's 3 times. And then my last time was to ship. So I've been to MEPS 4 times. And on my last contract, it was 12 kilo. The jobs that they had available weren't really good jobs. The only job that was really any benefits from was 12 kilo because I already have 200 hours under the plumbing thing for civilian duty. So if I come out, I can only do something along those lines. Even though it's not a lot of hours, but still a good amount of time. I can come back and use that for the civilian world if I come out or when I come out, everything along those lines. So that's really the main reason why I decided to go with this job. Afterward, once I can switch into infantry, I already have my 1 certification for that, and then I can do the infantry stuff, which I wanted to do from the beginning. So in the end, it works out. But it is what it is. MEPS fucks you over, just to say the least.
I didn't have any problems with MEPS. I know I went there for. I guess I wasn't really there. It's just more the federal building to take the ASVAB. Did that. Passed. Fucking. Within a few days. Went back up, like, you go to the hotel before you go, like, the day before you go up to MEPS. You stay in the hotel, you get on a bus early morning, and they take you up to MEPS. You go there, and it's like, your whole day, with the exception where, like, you usually get out around dinner time. You're always
usually, yeah, if you're lucky.
With the Navy, it was just real cut and dry and all that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I went to the New York City one. I mean, there was a lot of people there. My last, there was a lot of people because it was like one of those days where like a lot of people get sworn in and stuff. So the day was long for me. But my first time I went, I was done by 12 o'clock.
Yeah, I mean, fucking second time I went there, it's just like you go up to the building, like you're about to ship. They call in the office, you sign some paperwork, they give you itinerary and a voucher for some food court in the airport, and you go there. Like I was supposed to be at RTC Great Lakes like sometime mid-afternoon, but the plane, like huge ass rainstorm came through, and the plane that we were supposed to get on landed when that shit happened, and something happened with like So we ended up waiting until around like 8 o'clock just to get on the plane to Chicago, and we didn't get the RTC till say 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Usually around fucking. It was not even a long trip to Chicago from Oklahoma.
Yeah. For me, once I left New York, I left New York Meps. I want to say around like 3, 4 o'clock to go to my airport. Got to my airport, took one flight to, where was it? I went to Texas. I went to, there we go, Dallas, Fort Worth.
You went. How many fucking training facilities does the Army have?
I have, for the Army training facilities.
Yeah, like just for like
the Army, the Air Force. Air Force. You have the one I went to, which is Fort Sill. Then you have Fort Benning, Fort what's it called? It's the one that's down south in I think it's Missouri.
Benning.
I can't remember.
Leonardwood.
No. Yes, Leonardwood. And then there's another one, and I don't remember the name of that one. And with those, right, I went to Fort Sill, so my flight from New York to Texas was about 5-6 hours. But then my flight from Texas, and I had to get a flight from Texas to Oklahoma City, and that was an hour long. But my flight that night got canceled because of the storm that was going on. We got in basically over the Oklahoma airport, where the airport we were going to, and then fly an hour back just because everything got messed up. So I ended up having to stay a night at the hotel. I slept in the airport that night. And then we got to the hotel and had to stay in the hotel for 2 full days before going to reception and basic, because of it was 3rd and 4th of July.
Fucking hell.
And it sucked. It was fun though, but it sucked.
Shit, man. What was it? Fort Sill, and that's about 2. Yeah, that's a 2-hour drive from OKC to Lawton.
Yep.
I would have just been a dick.
That bus ride was
I know
fun.
you were there. I would have just been a dick. Cause make a fucking retarded ass care package. Just like bring it down there. It's like, hey, is this guy here? Yeah, give this to him. Just you get care packages in boot camp. It's fucked up.
We got one. It wasn't. I forgot. It was from someone, but we didn't get smoked for it. Actually, they just made fun of us. Cena was like, "What the hell is this?" He stabbed a candy bar with his K-bar. It was funny as hell. He's like, "What the hell is this?"
What, you think you're back on the block? You think you're back and get all candy and shit? You wanna hear something?
It was funny as hell.
What was it? It was the second night we were at RTC Great Lakes. Like, we just got done with the full nights of paperwork and all that shit. Getting your clothing, your shoes, and all that junk issued to you. Putting all your civvy shit into a box, mailing it off. The second night you actually get to sleep. And we just got like our okay, goddamn, I'm fucking up. Our RDC's just left. And I had to take a leak, so I get up and I'm walking to the head. And there's this guy, he has a top rack. He's just sitting up like fucking schoolyard kind of, like crisscrossing all that shit. And he's just moving back and forth like he's about to freak the fuck out. And I said, dude, what's wrong? It's like, I can't do this, man. I can't fucking do this. Do what? We just got here. Yeah, I shit you not, dude.
He
got himself kicked out in P days. The first week in Navy boot camp. Now you don't even do anything the first week. You just get some shit, get your meds, get your shots. Dude, like, I'm gonna do a bunch of shit. But yeah, he got himself kicked out like 4th or 5th day.
Damn. We had this one guy. I'm not gonna say his name, but So
call him Steven.
We had this one guy. Yeah. So we had this. Okay. So this other guy named Zach, right? He So he went to basic with not basic. He went to reception with us, but he had issues with his feet that they didn't tell Mips about. He was a boxer and stuff like that, right? He had issues with his feet. He got his combat boots and stuff like that. He wasn't able to do anything. Like he was bad. They ended up finding out about his disease that he has, so they were sending him home. Steven, quote unquote, we didn't know this at the time. He was really joyful and happy towards us stuff, right? He was really like, oh yeah, I'm so happy to be here. He joked around with us. But the funny thing is that he was actually... That's not funny,
suicidal
but
and he's fucking all happy and shit?
But it's like one of the main signs. So, one of the last days of reception, right? He made a suicide note. He put on the Zach's name. Friend, John. He went to the bathroom early one to take a piss, and the guy was in there sitting down crying and stuff like that. And it said something about him killing himself in that stall. My friend stopped the guy from committing suicide that night without him even knowing it. But he wrote the note under Zach's name because Zach was getting sent home. Because Zach was like he was like all messed up. You know what I'm saying? So it's completely fucked up.
We had
you know what
a
I'm
dude,
saying? It's like one of those fucked up things.
We had a dude, I don't even know his name. He's from a different division. He ended up stripping down to his underwear, running through the fucking P-ways, screaming and hollering and shit. And he got RDC's chasing after his ass. Even the chaplain got in and tried to chase him down. Run by our fucking classroom while we're doing some computer shit. And apparently story is after he passed our classroom, he got out the fucking back door, ran through a field, jumped a fence, and made it to a gas station not too far from the base. And like he was just all panting and shit.
Trying to go AWOL.
Fucking dude, this story's weird though. He ended up bragging to a dude that was an undercover cop and took him in, put him in the back of his car, and took him back to base. That fucker ended up still graduating.
Oh my gosh, that's funny as hell.
But we didn't know.
Hey,
we
I
didn't
mean,
know the guy. All we know is that he used to do that fucking, I wouldn't say streak, but he came close to streaking RTC. Again,
I mean, I know from my class, there's a lot of people that I don't think really should not be there. But,
it's the Army, man. They lowered their standard. Hell, they just lowered their standards for potheads now. Like
I mean,
legit, it's all over the fucking news.
There's some people there.
Yeah,
if they're with you downrange, I don't know if I can trust them. That's bad to say.
I mean, it's a mixture of characters, but really, you go through all that. Like, what you go through, all you guys go through is pretty much brings you guys together.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, my platoon wasn't like that. We weren't like that at all. Nope. Everyone basically hated each other in my platoon. There's only a few of us that really like me. Like, I made a couple friends in my platoon, but not. We just, I don't know. It's like, even though, like, I think it's more or less because our drill sergeant kept like destroying us. Oh, my drill sergeant was in a military jail. He was guys. He's been in jail in the military.
But he's been the.
Yep, he was the first sergeant. He was the first sergeant. He got demoted.
When they put him in Leavenworth or something?
Yep. I have no idea. He said he was in jail, and he came, and he became our drill sergeant, and he destroyed the fuck out of us, and destroyed because like in the beginning, like we were the best platoon for the first, like for most of Red Phase. But then once he came, he just shat on us and destroyed us, and just made us hate each other.
That's probably why, because that fucker
It was
came
terrible.
In. If they didn't give him to you, fuck, you guys would probably been given like some kind of award or something. I don't know.
Yeah, like for best week, you can get like streamers and stuff like that. Like best marksmanship, stuff like that. Best PT scores. We didn't win anything at all. It was bad.
He fucked you guys up.
And everyone wants to see him get him in life.
They're probably gonna be like,
He
see
didn't
him.
teach us.
You're probably gonna see him
He
when
didn't
like you
teach us
get
anything.
stateside. You go to brag or something.
He taught us wrong stuff. Actually, he taught us incorrect stuff, and we got taught by different drill sergeants, but for different stuff. Like when we had urban ops, when we learned how to clear buildings and stuff. He taught us incorrectly, and then we had two different sergeants, drill sergeants, teach us. It was so funny, cause we told him, and one drill sergeant was like, "What the hell?" It's like, "What the hell did he teach you?" He goes, "He's artillery. Don't fucking listen to him." So it was so funny.
Wait, so the guy that fucked you up was artillery?
Yeah.
Fucking R's.
Yep.
Fuck.
Yep.
We had a dude. He slept next to me in boot camp. He brought out pictures of him, and apparently the girl that he was with was a Playboy model. And he brought pictures out, like she sent him pictures, and he'll hide it. I don't know her fucking name. I've been drinking since then. But dude, this chick was fucking hot. Like if I can remember her name, I'll fucking tell you. But damn. Ah, fuck. What was the most fucked up reason you got IT'd?
Like smoked, destroyed.
Yeah, smoked. What do you guys call it?
I'm trying to really think. I mean, it was just other than the basic smoking for doing something stupid. There really hasn't been anything really bad. The only worst thing I could really say. Oh, there we go. I just remembered it. We didn't get smoked. We got treated basically like kids. We did something. It was okay. So that same drill sergeant, right? He failed his PT test, and he took out that anger onto us. We basically, when we went to chow, we marched in a road march formation, basically in two columns. To chow with our heads down. Without the guide on, without colors, and we marched and he said that we were trained to be civilians. He was going to counsel all of us and send all of our asses home and shit. To every single one of us. We marched there and back for 3 days straight.
Someone were just pop out of nowhere. It's like some random shit. It's like,
oh,
do it, no balls. Fucking no balls.
See, but listen to this though. This was, I think, day 4 in the range week or whatever. We're at the Fort Sill. We had a electric or like a TV course thing, whatever. Where we got to shoot the air rifles on a monitor, basically. It was pretty cool actually. But after we did the training for a day, they put us in formation for about an hour. And he walked away for an hour and said, if anyone asks us what we're doing, to tell them we're training to be civilians.
The fuck?
Our company commander came by and asked what the hell we were doing. And we told him we were trained to be civilians. He laughed and goes, really, what are we doing? And we told him that again. Our captain got so pissed off, it was ridiculous. We stood there for another 20 minutes. First sergeant came and got us, told us to go back to our fucking bleachers, and then then the captain went over and yelled at my drill sergeant. It was funny as fuck.
He did that all in front of you guys?
It was so funny.
Oh fuck, I would have killed to see that.
He took him to the side and did, but we got him. It was funny as hell.
Did they have like a... Did you guys train on Sundays, or was this like kind of a rest day?
Sundays was more of a rest day. Sundays we kind of did more like schooling than actual like training. So from 0. So we didn't have PT on Sundays either. If I'm right.
Did you guys go to
no?
Did you guys go to church and all that stuff?
Yeah, we had like church service and stuff. So like 1300. That was like a kind of a free time. Then up we had like a little classroom stuff and stuff like that, some bullshit stuff like and stuff like that. That was really it. And that was it for Sundays. But throughout the week we trained every day, Saturdays, stuff like that.
Yeah,
we basic stuff.
Kind of did that too. I know I went Wednesdays. At chapel we usually have like some kind of Wednesday mass. Dude I know, he was Jewish, and he was like, "Hey, you want to come with me?" Whatever the fuck they called it. And I was like, "Yeah, sure. What religion is it?" It's Judaism. Okay, fuck it. I don't even know what that is, but I'm gonna learn today. And the cool thing is, if you're going to RTC Great Lakes and you go to like Wednesday Jew mass, I don't even know what to fucking call it. But cool thing is, towards the end they give you like a little shot glass worth of grape drink and fucking like bread. So pretty much you're getting a snack while you're there before you leave. And I saw that the first time. I was like, God damn, hanging out with Jewish people pays off. Okay. But other than that, I usually go to some kind of Buddha that a friend of mine went to. And I don't even know what the fuck they were talking about the whole time I was there.
Yes, on Sundays. So
I should have gone to that because I mean I come from a Catholic family.
Yeah, at least you went to church, right?
Yeah, we're wrong religions. Next thing you know, I'm up the pearly gates. It's like, what the fuck were you doing? Well, one thing, you know what?
Yeah.
One thing, if you ever get a chance, like if you ever change commands, try going to Zama. That's Camp Zama. It's an army base in Japan. It's on the mainland. And once you get there, you go out like you're of age to drink. You go out drinking. Always drink with Japanese people because they are cool as hell. Cause
if they can get out there, usually.
If you
usually
get like
kinda
too
weird.
shit-faced, they'll take you they'll make sure your tab's paid and all that shit. And they'll take you to call a cab for you, ask you multiple times, where are you staying? If you're staying in a hotel, or they'll tell the cab to take you back to base or some shit.
I have a feeling you have some experience in this.
Oh fuck yeah, I do. I found like the only strip club in fucking Tokyo, and went there. It was like one of those underground bars. Because you have to walk into this little building, then you walk down this little spiral and staircase, and it's like a door. You knock on it, fucking guy lets you in. It's just a bar, and you got women dancing around poles and shit. Nothing too much to see though, but they're dancing. Fucking only thing that sucks about Asia is because Asia is when you go to bars. It could be any bar. You're always gonna have those couple girls come up to you. It's like, "Hey, mister. Oh, hey, honey. You wanna buy me a drink?" I hate that shit.
Yeah, I was right one about that shit.
Fucking, there's some shit that I did when I was over in Japan. I look back and I was like, how the fuck did I not get caught? Fucking. When I first got there, they told me, if you ever see a massage girl, stay away from her. I was like, what the fuck's a massage girl? Fucking, serious shit. I'm sitting outside the 7-Eleven, outside base, and, I'm fucking up. I'm sitting outside base, and I'm just having a fucking Coke, because I can't drink yet, because I'm 19 and shit. Girl comes up to me and says, hey, you want a massage? What? You want a massage? Massage? Yeah. Fuck it, man. I got time to kill. I go with her to her little parlor. And she's just working away, man, just doing the whole massage. It's like, why the fuck are they raising hell about me not wanting to see you guys? And she tells me to flip over, and then I understand why they didn't want us to see her.
Happy ending.
Fucking happy ending, then some. Fuck. What was your what was the food like in boot camp?
A lot of MREs.
You serious? You didn't? Like, when I was
Yeah,
a
I mean,
child.
we had the defect, but usually cause like we're out in the field so much, we ate so many MREs. I mean, really, we only went to the defect maybe once or twice, like once or twice a week. Like it was always like breakfast. We usually went to the defect, and then dinner time, not really. Sometimes. Most I don't know. All depends on what you're doing out the week. Like the first 2 weeks, it was more DFAC stuff, but once we hit like more field training stuff, it was more MREs. I know one day we had fucking 3 MREs, and that's like 6,000 calories, dude. That's crazy.
I've been to an Army DFAC when I was stationed on Fort Lee for 6 weeks, and it's all right. I mean, I had to tip my hat off to those civilian workers on RTC Great Lakes, because every barracks building has fucking galley, and we fucking you go there for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it's just unreal how good that shit is. Like hell, we had Swedish meatballs, shrimp, chicken, and crab alfredo, spaghetti with meat sauce, like you name it.
Yeah. Well, I was at the Air Force. When I was in Air Force Base Shepherd, it wasn't bad. If it wasn't bad, but there's a lot of fried food in their dining facilities. So, I mean, I tried to stay away from all that stuff, but I ended up gaining back like 8 pounds.
Fucking
basic. But I mean, overall, right? I know for me, stronger from AIT, so I'm able to do my last PT test was my best PT test I've ever taken. So I know I gained more muscle and stuff like that than fat. Even though I know I gained a lot, I gained some fat. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I gained I think more pounds being home. Not gonna lie, I've really only done push-ups and sit-ups. I haven't really ran at all. That's me just being lazy, and I really need to fix that. Which probably tomorrow's gonna be the day I'm gonna fix that. But, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Try to relax a little bit while I'm home.
oh dude, you're gonna release it. You're gonna hate this, man. So this was just released today by Rated Red, and they just did a report, and it happens to involve the Army. Listen to this: the Army lifts ban on recruits with mental health issues, and it comes after challenging period where they had trouble reaching their recruiting goal. You can expect that shit to kind of go south.
I mean, if it's not, like, once you take the ass strap, right, or take because we have the pie cat with it that they take in office most of the time, to see what the score is. If I'm not in passing stat, I know that my recruiting office wouldn't even let them go down the MEPS, because when I was at hometown recruiting, they talked to me about everything. I know that for sure, but like depending on the mental illness, I mean, if people have like like crazy shit like fucking ADD and stuff like that, it's just too like really bad to a certain extent. I mean, if it's controllable, it's controllable. You know what I'm saying?
What was it?
But
fuck. You did work with your recruiter a couple days when you came back from AIT, right?
Yeah, I had a 10 days, or technically, I want to say about 7 days technically, because the weekends don't really count.
Huh. Did they?
Yeah, so like 6 days.
How long was your leave from after AIT to the point where you had to fly to Korea?
So right now I have until next Monday. Next Monday is my last technical leave. Well, technically my last leave day is Tuesday, but I have to get on the plane on Tuesday. So
Okay.
I have until Tuesday. So I was on leave for about 3 weeks.
I was gonna say if that
About
was
20
shorter
days.
than 3 weeks, I was like, you got screwed because they give it like if you're stationed stateside, it's 2 weeks, but overseas it's 3 weeks.
Yeah. Like people like yelling at me and stuff like that. Like, oh, why don't you take your leave now? Why don't you just take it later around Christmas time? Once I'm in Korea, the plane ticket to get back here is like $1,000, and to get back is
Actually,
$1,000.
Kind of true, but it depends on if there's like split second, like you need it now kind of thing. It's that. But I learned from what's it called, A Space, or not Space A Space, but some kind of travel agency we used on a naval base. You can plan like a few months ahead, or say a year ahead, and it'll be way cheaper than what you would like pay, say if it was like next week or the week after that.
Yeah.
And I did that like when you go through them, like they take that. Plus, they also had a discount for active duty, so you're getting like
That's true.
a good deal for that. And it's all. I'm not sure if every military installation, U.S. military installation in Asia has it, but I know Yokosuka Naval Base did.
I mean, I
Korean,
think most
they may
places
have
have it, but I mean, yeah, they probably do. But I won't be taking leave while I'm in Korea. I'm just gonna be chilling,
Fuck.
doing my work.
I mean, if you get up and if you
Well,
get enough lead days, you can sell it. I know that.
Yeah, I don't. I know for Reserve National Guard, they're able to sell their leave days back. I know. What's it called? What's it called? What's it called? I think of it. Oh. For my Korean assignment, I'm only gonna be there for a year anyway. So I figured, I'll go there for a year, save my leave days up. Then once I PCS to my new unit,
Oh, you're
my
not
second
staying
unit,
in.
I'll
You're not staying in Korea for
Nah,
4 years.
I only have I only have 1 year in Korea.
That's stupid. Cause I did well 3.5 years on a Blue Ridge. Although if I was to stay in, I would have gone to like Bahrain.
Yeah.
Fucking. Very well. Time is winding up. Anything else you want to say to our viewers before you dip out?
Not really. I mean, you didn't really, if you want to ask anything about 104, but I mean, I'm not
Oh
gonna
fuck.
pressure that. We just been talking about actual military stuff.
Yeah. Really. Yeah. Just want. What do you think about 104 situation where they've been blacklisted from the community, BF4 community, but they're in BF1 community?
Did they really?
Yeah, they're. Well, I was in the BF1 community chat until recently. Where if anyone's wondering what happened, just check our Twitter feed. But they actually got into the BF1 community chat. And I know Legend is their representative in there. I don't know. That's.
No, I'm tracking. I mean, all in all, I'll kind of downplay this a little bit, make it a little more simple, like that. So 104, my experience with 104, I went through, being a private, all the way making up to a sergeant. I went to corporal's board, passed my corporal's board, but then I got promoted to sergeant basically a week later because of the fact it was on a administrative promotion to make that listed, to make everyone out there. I did a lot of poke stuff. I did a lot of documentation and stuff like that. I was an admin guy for them as well. I was also a drill instructor for them, and I was a SOI instructor. I was also a range master. I did a lot of stuff on 104, to say the least, right? So my time leaving, my time leaving to go to basic and stuff like that. I'm gonna put this out there. Once Burns basically joined 104, everything started going downhill, to say the least. A lot of players did not like Burns 104, and stuff like that. And that's coming from what I've heard. There was also a lot of issues with upper leadership. But I never lost faith in 104. In fact, I respect Colonel Chase, a lot because of what he's done to help me understand a lot more. Even though some stuff he has done, not a lot of people like. But personally, for me, I don't really have a problem with the guy.
He's all right. I'll give him that. Just his actions to me, just I don't know. Go ahead.
He was my commander in 104. I followed him to the end of the earth because that was my position. That was my loyalty to the team. In Milsim, I've only been a part of 2 Milsim teams. 104 was actually my first team. My second team was 1 MEP. I was with them for maybe about a month before I went to basic. And I was there with Navy. Navy. Everyone knows him. He just hops teams after teams after teams. No offense, Navy. I love you. But once Burns basically came in and became an officer, everything kind of started going downhill. There was a lack of respect and discipline within the leadership of 1FR at that time. I know one of these staff sergeants did not like me. I actually ended up getting into a situation where I was hosting an SOI. I forget what it's called, like a test, basically, right? One of the graduation tests that the recruits have to do, or the actual the new soldiers of 104 have to do. And everything kind of went down south, and there was no discipline or leadership going on the other side of the team at that time. And I ended up yelling at the upper leadership because of the lack of discipline and the lack of leadership. I actually ended up there was a lot of issue with people taking it like I want to say taking it like it's not real, because that's just cringy to say. But if you're at a higher position within a team, you should act like you're in that position and actually want to make sure stuff goes right. But if you're acting like undisciplined stuff like that within the community, you're just fucking yourself up and fucking everything over. I miss the old 104, to say the least. I think Battlefield 1 I don't really like the Milsim in Battlefield 1. I'm not going to say it's stupid, because that's no opinion. I have no opinion in that, because I have never done it. I personally don't like it, to say the least.
Well,
I just wish there was an actual... Exactly. I just wish there was a game that can actually hold all the Milsim teams to actually be able to be playable. Not all these other bullshit games like Battlefield and stuff like that. An actual game that can be Milsim. I know we talk about Arma 3 on PC, but that's PC. This isn't, not Xbox. We need a game where we can all go on and be able to, do what we gotta do. But unfortunately, Xbox or Microsoft, or any gaming industry has been able to really do that. And it kind of sucks. And I think that's one of the main reasons why, I know it kind of just went off topic about 104, but that's one of the main reasons why I think Milsim right now is kind of in a hole. And, it gets to a point where,
this is a while back. I think you were still in boot camp when this happened. Eminem was messaged on Twitter by one of our Colonel Chase, and it was showing a Facebook conversation between, I believe, Chase and a female. And apparently the story behind it was revealed that
Burns is a catfish.
That's pretty
Yes,
much is
Burns is a
like,
catfish. I want to confirm this now. Burns is a catfish. She's not who she says she is. She's a complete catfish. Anyone that really has any actual relations with her, actually know anything about her, catfish, to say the least, right? To put it out there. I'm
Al
not trying to
Pacino
roast
said
her.
it best. Not everything is as it appears. If you need any
And to say another
reference,
thing
that's
too.
from the recruit.
Yeah. To say another thing too. Back in when I was going through my stuff and recruiting people, I have no hate towards anyone within the community, to say the least. If I've called you out before, that's because most people in the community have been or have attempted to be in one of our through the recruit training process. And I've been a drill instructor for that recruit training process. Most likely you had a version of me. But I have no hate towards anybody. So if I call you a quitter or anything like that from one of our, that's because that was what was for me, what I was taught to do. To try to get people and be like this, oh, don't do this, stuff like this, don't be a quitter, you're a quitter, stuff like that. It's all the mentality that, one of our had with the boot camp that we had, with the 8 weeks long and all that fun stuff. So I have anybody to kind of put that out there. I don't hate anybody within the community, to say the least. On the other hand, I do think that some people need to start acting their position within the community. Understand that what they have is a virtual rank and not an actual rank, but at the same time, to some extent, what business is business, and when it's time to play, it's time to play. There are two things I think people need to live by within this community, and I think that we need to start living by that if they don't live by that already. To say the least.
Alright, our time is up. Weezer, again, thank you, man, for joining us on today's stream.
No problem. Thank you.
And if you ever need to hook up with the shit while you're over in Korea, it's either ask Air Force or the Navy, because we're about to have a Navy base over there soon. And I know we have a supply annex, but if you ever see any Navy boys over there, just ask them.
No problem, man. One last thing before I dip out. I know it's kind of a little bit, if you don't mind me self-advertising a little bit.
Go ahead, man.
Lol. Check out my YouTube channel, WESCORHD. I haven't uploaded within about 5-6 months because I was at basic. I plan on getting back into it, and I really want to start putting out content again within the Milsim community as well. So I mean, to put this out there too, I might be looking to come back to the Milsim community. I don't know yet. If you have a team that might be interesting to me, let me know. Definitely help out.
I'm pretty sure we could know
that being
a few
said,
guys.
Alright, that being said, I thank you again for letting me be on here. It was a little something different, and yeah.
Anytime, brother.
Thank you. I'll see you guys later. Deuces.
Shout out, I'll paraphrase Doug notes on this. Well, deuces, and we're gonna get our next guest in here. Our next guest is gonna be the legendary War Turtle himself. That could fucking... God damn it, I'm fucking up already. There you go. And black people, he's been on Milsim for a while, man, but it's always good to help have a brother on board. Where is he? There he is. Oh, the Air Force is here.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, good. I think this is actually the first time I had you in a party.
Probably. We've been in a lot of parties together with mutual parties, but yeah.
Okay,
we've
make sure, is your audio included?
yeah, I did. I added it. Let me make sure. I'm actually streaming myself, so.
Where's Exhibit? Because
Yeah.
he's gonna put a stream inside a stream.
Right. Yeah.
I'll go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
Yeah. So basically, a lot of people know me as Bama Sniper, but a lot of people know me as like the War Turtle. But all like jokes and stuff aside, I am the 3IC or acting 3IC. Oh, I just got shut down by a stinker. The acting 3IC of the 101st Airborne. I've been with those guys for going on about a year now. I was the former CEO of 5ID, and then I stepped down and was actually going to retire from Milsim. But I had a lot of my guys when it came and joined the 101st, and so I joined shortly thereafter, and to kind of look out after them, and so I actually enjoyed it. The 101st brought back so much of the Milsim enjoyment for me, so an exceptional experience for me, running alongside teams of like 5MR. We were allied with them for a long time, so got to see a lot of good engagements, and so yeah, that's basically where we're at now. It's man, the community, it's came a long ways. A short period of time from what it used to be to what it is now.
Okay, what the fuck was I gonna ask? Didn't 101A and break off relations with 5MR due to a incident? Or is that re-engaged?
No, as you know, Colonel Human, he's been the CEO of 101A for quite some time. Our relationship with 5MR was very professional, and like we almost at one time our units were probably the closest out of a lot of the units that I see now as far as alliances go. We were exceptionally close with those guys. We did a great deal of engagements and JTOs and trainings, and but yeah. So initially, what happened was that Colonel Human and Captain Crow at the time they couldn't get eye to eye with each other. They didn't the same with a lot of the issues, and that ultimately it really wasn't to do with like because 5MR and 101A still to this day, I mean, even a lot of the members, we still with each other, or, we not really engaged in Milsim like fashion, but I know a lot of the times that they are still in pub smashing or just doing random stuff, because we actually, like I said, the two units itself had a great friendship, and like I said, as far as the alliances go, yeah, it was broken off about a few months ago, just because of the CO and the two COs couldn't see eye to eye on a lot of issues, and it was just it was probably best at the time that it happened, because it was getting just very kind of toxic. We were like we didn't want to like lose a lot of friendships because of Milsim, so we kind of just went our separate ways, and we a lot great in the community. We tended to be not the bad guys of the community as we've been portrayed before, and we've tried to get away from that. We don't want to be known as like the bad guys, or the the guys that are just warmongers, or the we actually go out of our way to help the little guy. We want guys prosper and do well, and a lot of teams don't like that. A lot of teams just want to fight, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you just want to fight, that's fine, but a lot of the times you'll see a lot of these teams that they just want to be at each other's throats, and it's all about the wins or losses. It's not about accurate simulation. It's not about and to me, like I said, we try to simulate the best of our abilities within what the platform. Oh, he just just got a nasty toe. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. But so man, I'm telling you, I'm flying with one of my pilots right now, and he is just absolutely just destroying people in the air. But yeah. So like I said, you know, a lot of the teams get sidetracked. You know, they think about just Milsim is just about raids and war docs and you know this and that, and that's not technically the case. You know, if like I said, a lot of teams that they pick and choose what they want to simulate. You know, they like, you know, well, we're gonna use like military weapons, certain things in the Marines or the Army or the Chair Force or you know the Navy or you know whatever it may be, but they only pick certain aspects of that. You know, and they call themselves Milsim. You know, and in my view, if you're gonna do Milsim, there should be a standard throughout. You know, through your whole your unit. You know, it shouldn't just be about the raids or just the, you know, because like I said, a lot of people tend to get lost in that, and they lose sight of, you know, what, you know, Milsim truly means. Like I said, you know, and that meaning is different for a lot of people. So, you know, and it's been easy to see. So,
Air Force has spoken.
Yeah.
Anyone who doesn't
yeah,
believe
regards
it, for anyone here watching that don't know, War Turtle here is actually in the Air Force, which I also believe you were either a Marine or in the Army.
Wow. Yeah. No, it's straight Air Force. I've been in the Air Force about going on 10 years. This February will be 10 years I've been in.
Wow.
And you know, yeah, I'll actually be sewing on Master Sergeant. Hopefully coming up. I passed my board back in August, and hopefully I'll be sewing that on. Hopefully for an early Christmas present. But we'll see.
Come to Tinker, dude. Come to Tinker.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think I've actually been to Tinker a couple times actually. And that's the thing with the Air Force, man. You get to travel a lot. Even to you know, just for like your TDYs and stuff, man. I know as far as my unit has been to Tinker a couple times, because when the like hurricanes are coming and they hit in the south here, they use a lot of our jets and they'll push them to Tinker a lot of the time. So we were actually there a couple months ago when the hurricanes hit down here.
Send
we
me a
had
message.
sent, like,
I would have fucking we would have had a beer.
Yeah, I didn't even know. That's another thing. You know, that I love about Milsim is that, man, like you get like this right here. You know, you get to meet even vets and even, you know, civvies alike. You know, there's so many people that you know you get to meet.
It's them damn dirty civvies.
Yeah. But you know, to me, like I said, that's one good thing that I actually love about Milsim is getting to meet like so many good people. I mean, in a lot of areas, you know, in Milsim I fostered a lot of good friendships with people from Milsim, and you know, and like I said, a lot of people don't realize that, you know, Milsim has got that brotherhood aspect to it. You know, you can find a lot of good teams and a lot of good people out there.
We should do this. Like all the vets and active duty that are in Milsim, we should all just like fucking bum out of fucking Hop's house, have one big fucking party.
Yeah, Stack has actually been trying to get me to he's been trying to get me to come up for about a couple months. We keep talking about it. I guess one of these days we'll actually get around to actually doing it.
Screw that, man. Let's talk. Everyone meet up down here in fucking Oklahoma. Fucking, we got barbecue pit in the backyard, man. I'll throw out steaks.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we actually, it's funny that you say that, because we actually came through, my fiance, we came through about a month ago. We went on a vacation out to Colorado, and we at the air base there. We stopped and stayed overnight. And that was about our halfway mark. That was about a good 10-hour drive from where we're at now. And
You're
we
down in
stopped
San
there.
Antonio, aren't you?
I'm in Bama. I'm in central Alabama. So
Fucking hell.
yeah, that's fat's down in Texas, man.
Wait, Faticus is in the Air Force?
Oh no. No, he's he's good people, but yeah, he's not in the Air Force. He's God, I think he's above Fort Worth, that area, Fort Worth, and above Houston.
He's probably
area,
by a fucking grapevine then.
Yeah.
Fuck they call it. I went when I was in high school. We did a little DECA trip, and we always go to Texas, like Dallas. We went to the Cowboy Stadium, then we went to the mall. It was like Grapevine Mall or something like that. That's not too far. I think that's that's just north of Fort Worth. Good place, but fucking big as hell.
Yeah. You're right.
Oh, did you know today's
a lot of the
Doc Holliday's birthday?
I didn't. Actually, I heard that earlier. Someone had said that he was turning 20.
He's 21 right now. Me and you and Scopes.
We want him
Scopes
to
is our
go
next
for him
guest.
not
We gotta sing him
to get
happy
white.
birthday.
Yeah. I told him Scope was telling him he needed to get white girl wasted tonight. You know.
Wait, wasn't that in the coffee shop?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. It's funny.
Before we do, I'm gonna tag him. But what made you join the Air Force?
I get asked that a lot. And to me, I was already planning on it in high school. I'd already made up my mind that that's what I wanted to do. My family has a long line of people that have served, and so one of the reasons why I wanted to join was in all actuality it was because of 9/11. When I was younger, I remember 9/11 happening, and it's been burned. It's been burned in my mind, that day. Everything, the events that took place that day. It's just kind of one of them things that you'll just never forget, So I was in the position that when I left high school that I didn't need to join the Air Force, or I didn't need to join the Army or any kind of or serving. I wanted to go to school, and so I did. I went off to college, and I got through my bachelor's. I went to the University of North Florida, and I got my bachelor's. And so, literally the day after I graduated, I enlisted. I wanted to do something completely different from what my degree was in, which I went into computer science. I'm a geek, slash nerd.
Fucking Air Force.
So, yeah, completely different. So my first AFSC was in production. It's basically it manages the movement of aircraft, everything that goes on with the aircraft as far as their inspections. If a part gets removed from one jet over to another one, everything is serially controlled and tracked. So I did that for a long time, and then only 4 years ago I decided to switch AFSCs and go into a 3DO position. I went into Cyber System Operations, which is a 3DO 7.2 now, which I am. I've got my 7 level in it. So, but I've been doing that for the last basically 4 years, and I absolutely love it. And it's a great deal of fun. I love my job, and not a lot of people can say that. I mean, how many people actually truly love what they do and love their job? A lot of people can't say that, but I truly can. And it's given me a lot of opportunities to grow, and like I said, even meet a lot of good people, and put me in positions to where I can travel a lot, and that's always a plus if that's what you like to do. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I've done for forever. like a nerd slash geek, and it's always good.
I think
to be
it's the
able
same
to,
thing when you say nerd and geek.
Yeah, it's basically. Some people don't like the words, man, but you know, it is what it is. Same outcome.
I mean,
Yeah,
the
so
Navy's, the Navy's are drunks. Fucking Marines are cavemen. Fucking what's the Army? Army's the fucking the ones you're not sure if they're drunk or just sober and stupid. Yeah, that's right. I'm talking to you,
Right.
Scoops. And the Air Force is just a bunch of nerds.
You're right. Yeah, a lot of people like even in the chat and stuff, man. You know, I'll like in the community or whatever, I'll be talking, and you know, a lot of people will be like, "Don't insult the Air Force." And I'm like, I'm in the Air Force. You know, they're like, "Why do you say chair for?" You know, this and that. Like, you know, I call it and it's only like friendly banter. You know, a lot of the guys that serve will know that. You know, each branch gives each other hell. But it's kind of like one of them things where you know they can talk bad about each other, and you know, they can say this, but don't let anyone else say anything bad about it. It's just like the Air Force, you know. I can say whatever I want about the Air Force because I've lived it, you know.
I mean, it's just brothers bashing each other, or like back and forth.
Yeah.
And it's all just fun and games. But when you got like when civvies hear this shit, like they hear some guy that they don't know if he's in or not bashing the Air Force or something, and it's directed to you. They all get butthurt. It's like, what are you talking about, this and that? It's like, what the fuck? Who the fuck? I'm pretty sure it happened to me a couple times. I just don't remember because like I said, man, Navy's full of a bunch of drunks.
I will agree to that. I will. That is a statement that I will agree wholeheartedly.
When I turned the drinking age in Japan was 20, man. I took some vacation time. Went down to Tokyo. Right down the street was an American style bar. It's like a diner, like checkered floor, diner style seats and shit. I don't even remember leaving the bar, but I woke up to find myself fucking still fully dressed in my hotel room. But
Oh boy.
apparently, when I got back to my hotel room, I ended up throwing up my dinner I had that previous night in the bathtub.
You know, I got to go to Kunsan Air Force Base in South Korea for about 6 months, like 2011. And there's a little establishment outside of the air base there, and it's called it was called A-Town. A-Town was like known is literally what it's called, and it's where like there's the whole town was made of nothing but basically like bars. What it seemed
Bars
like
and
these little
brothels,
shops,
man.
you know. Yeah, that's all it was. Yeah, you had the juicies there in South Korea, man. They come out, and so
I heard that term before. We don't call them juicies. We just call them massage girls.
yeah, but so my time in South Korea was very interesting. So basically, it was when I got introduced to Sunju, and that's the the South Korean liquor, and it's all clear. It's tasteless. You know, you can't even. There's no taste to it whatsoever. And, so you can mix it with anything.
Shit.
So so we our first night out, there. Basically, we all got there and got everything unpacked. We got nestled down, and it was it started in February, so it was exceptionally cold there. It was about negative 11 degrees as soon as we got off the plane. And anyways, we were all ready, so we decided to go have some whiskey, and we're gonna have a few drinks to get warmed up. So it's exactly what we did. We went to this little town called A-Town, and we're hitting the bars up, man. We're all about the fourth bar that we hit. We're going into karaoke mode. By this time we've already thrown back so many beers and drinks and stuff.
That's some good when I'm drunk doing karaoke.
I think everybody does, to be honest with you.
I was doing
But,
I was doing Pearl Jam, fucking Pearl Jam, and a bunch of other shit. But yeah,
yeah, we
man. Go.
yeah, we got so hammered there, man. Like many nights there. Yeah, like and that's the stuff. It's kind of like moonshine. That stuff will just sneak up on you. Like if you're not careful with it, you'll just get obliterated in a hurry. People don't realize, like, phew, it's great times, man. I had the best times that I've ever had. It's pretty much been on deployments and like TDYs.
You can party in Asia, but it's always fun.
Yeah. Got to go to Seoul. Got to see Osan a little bit. All those were exceptionally great TDYs, and I mean they were just excellent deployments. I didn't.
Ah, you missed it. Texas Street, man, it was lit.
But yeah, we went up to Seoul. Oh, we're about to die. This tank hit us. Yeah, so yeah, I got introduced to went to Seoul one weekend, and then that's where we found out that like all the fast food restaurants would fucking deliver to you. You could even go and like see like McDonald's. They would deliver to you in Korea. It's insane. But we didn't know that. So a lot of good times in multiple deployments and TDYs that I've been on, even here in the U.S. or around the U.S. and elsewhere abroad, So. Yeah. See if I can get. I believe LTC. He was in here. He wanted to join. See what he was up to. But yeah. So I was happy to get on the stream with you guys. I know you guys have had a lot of different guests and stuff, but I've never really been able to weigh in on perspective. It's always been LTC or someone else from the 101A.
We usually hear Faticus. You ask him one question, it's like he answers that question, and all of a sudden he's just like chain links another opinion to it. It's like,
yeah.
I might as well get popcorn, man. But,
yeah, he'll go off on tangents.
One question I have is, what do you think about 5MR's reappearance?
I've actually been asked this a few times, because like I said, I was very close with a lot of 5MR members, including Crow. I get asked that a lot, and to me, the way that everything transpired with the blacklistment of Captain Crow, or Major Crow as it was, the way that it went down, was kind of like, I didn't know that with him getting blacklisted, like, the regiment itself was going to fall. So to me, that was kind of surprising. When 5MR kind of fell, the first go around, I was very surprised. But then, we seen the offspring of that, that formed 173rd. We were like, well, okay, that's good. Those guys are still going to have a home. Because when thinks of 5MR, 5MR was a great team. They excelled in numerous areas. So, everybody's been kind of all up in arms in the community. Back since 5MR's back now. It's just been crazy and chaos again. But people love that. People can say that they don't like the drama. They don't like the hostility and the stuff that it brings, but people do. They thrive off of it. And so to basically answer your question, to me, I believe that what Crow did was, he sent his unit, the guys that were still remaining, away from him, because a lot of them have only ever known 5MR. They've ever known that style of leadership, that style of discipline, that style of, Milsim. And so he's like, he sent them off into the world to see how it is elsewhere. You know, regardless of what happened with 173rd or any other teams that they went to, you know, a lot of them ended up coming back just because they realized, hey, that wasn't for me. You know, we had a few members that came to 101A after the fact. And in 101A, yeah, we just do things. We're not all up in your face. We're not crazy. We're not just at that level of discipline, or that style of discipline, I guess you could say. And so it just didn't work out for some of the members just because that's what they've been used to for all this time. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, it's just a different style of leadership. But at the end of the day, you know, a unit's image comes down from its representatives and from its CEO. You know, and one of the reasons why 5MR had such a bad rap was just because, yeah, Crow was very abrasive. He has some very strong opinions, but he's not afraid to, you know, to show those opinions, you know, or tell anybody. He'll be very upfront and blunt and honest with you. And a lot of people just, they don't like that, you know. To me, like, I never really had a problem with it. There's some issues that I didn't agree with, that he did, or some of the things he said. Yeah, I didn't agree with everything. But that's just, you can do that with everybody, you know. You're not going to agree with everything anyone else says, or what comes out of their mouth. But, you know, the one thing that I see is that, you know, a lot of people like 5MR. It's been a trend here lately. People just don't like 5MR. It's just because simply they can't beat them. So they look for any and every reason to get rid of them. You know, when people don't, you know, or they feel like they can't win, they're going to look for any and every reason to get rid of that threat. You know? So to me, like I said, everybody's just kind of in shock. But I've seen it coming. You know, I've seen it coming from a mile away. Because Crow has done this before. You know, he had teams that didn't necessarily be successful. 5MR was one of the most successful teams in its own right, and you know, like I said numerous times, was just, that team just deserved respect. The regiment itself deserved respect, and you know, the members that are returning are only returning back to what they know. You know, they're returning back to that style of leadership. And people can say, hey, that, you know, you guys are you a bunch of sheep? You know, you guys are. I mean, you can just look on Twitter and all the social media outlets, and you can see, yeah, that, you know, people think that, you know, you're just a bunch of sheep going back to, you know, by this wolf. But obviously, you know, they still feel at home with that leader, regardless of what anyone else says or outside of that thinks. You know, there's a reason why there's 50 plus members that are back in that team. You know?
The fuck?
I'll hit you up in a little bit.
What y'all gonna finger?
Got him.
Check the box to include my audio, and I hope they hear me.
Alright.
Southern fucking voice I ever fucking heard.
Yeah,
You literally cannot be
Mississippi.
fucking serious. You're in the party with Clay telling me I'm Southern? What the fuck? I gotta move.
Oh my god.
Oh, I got fucking.
So,
I was just coming to fuck with you,
my
dude.
outlook on. It's good. I'm doing an interview.
Interview?
Yeah, I'll hit you up. I'll tell you about it.
Nah, fuck this. You seen Step Brothers?
Oh my god.
I think I know how to help out with that Pam situation.
that
Might be
the
able to
Pam, I might be able to help.
Nah, y'all gotta tell me what this interview's for, and I'll back out peacefully, and I'll leave y'all be, dude, for real. Like, what are you doing?
It's for Milsim. Milsim is a news network for Milsim. So They're interviewing people in
Man, if you
Milsim.
don't quit blowing smoke up my ass and tell me what you're interviewing for,
I swear that's what it's for. I'm not joking.
He ain't bullshitting, man. He ain't bullshitting.
a news network.
Yes, look it up on
We didn't
Twitter.
even come up.
Milsim
We just
News
took
Network.
over this shit. But hey, people like it, man.
No, I'm not knocking it. I'm just trying to figure out what the fuck that's got to do with Battlefield.
That's Milsim. That's what Milsim is.
Oh, it's a Battlefield news network.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Alright. What does he have a job or what? Like,
Oh my god.
how many weeks vacation does he get?
It's like a network, Tyler.
Are you about to be a news anchor? Is that what's about to happen?
No, Ron Burgundy.
Pretty much, we're calling here fucking. Pretty much all we're doing bullshit, really.
Talking about Milsim in general, man. On Battlefield. Oh shit, this dude just smacked me.
Man, I just feel like I'm extremely not in the know. I feel like I'm missing a huge chapter or something.
You have. So,
Because I used to play Battlefield.
I know.
I don't more.
It's military simulation essentially, so, Tyler. We sim like a military unit and do military tactics and strategy on Battlefield. Like it's like improved like damage and stuff, like real life. It's like to simulate like realism, if you will. Do it on Battlefield instead of just like pubs and stuff. They actually mil sims to go against other mil sims, like this unit to go against this unit. A lot of fun.
So what are you interviewing for?
I'm in the 101st. That's why we have
Can
like
you
one
spell
on.
it?
Oh my god. Just jumped on the head with a stinger.
I'm just saying, like, I've watched you text bitches and play Battlefield at the same time. So don't tell me I'm fucking your mojo up here. Both of you y'all can both suck my whole asshole. This interview is between the three of us now. Still, one of you kicks me, because I ain't leaving.
You're good, bro.
I'm here now. Way things are
Sounds
gonna
like
be.
West Virginia, Appalachian Mountain kind of shit going on.
You don't gotta call me dad or anything.
I know I don't want to call
It's
you
me and
dad.
your mom. We just have a few things in common.
Jeez, this thing.
This dude just toe missile the shit out of that.
Are you done with COD though?
No, I can still play it.
I was just wondering because, man, I'm about to prestige again, hopefully.
Hey, you ain't
That's
proceeding
insane.
with that call.
I haven't even. I'm still like level 35 on that game.
Shit, I'm about to be a 39 second prestige right now. I'm about to be third prestige soon.
Insane.
That's what I play. I do not play anything else. To me, everything else plays weird.
Right?
I don't know, like when
Does.
I go in and try to play domination, I don't like getting shot from every angle. I don't like people being able to trap me in my spawn location. And in war, they have a really hard time doing that.
That's true. That's
So,
But
so this salty squid guy that's in here, like, are you good or you dick cheese? Like, are you good at Battlefield? 'Cause I don't know if you know, but he's fucking good.
I haven't played
Mike
fucking
should be
Battlefield since
He might
I
should be
tried to
interviewing
play. I tried to play Infinite Warfare, but I don't know. I couldn't get
Oh
into
no, we're
it.
talking about Battlefield. I'm saying, like,
I thought you talking
Bama's
fucking.
probably the best
I
person
just
you'll be in
zoned
a
out,
party
like,
with, right?
I thought you said fucking COD or something.
You realize, like,
But-
you're staying party with Jesus, Joseph right now, and I don't think I need to tell you who's Joseph.
Jesus and Joseph.
You can be married.
So
You
they
can be
call
married,
me,
Squid. You can
call
be
me
married.
Judas. I'm about to kill him, motherfucker.
Yeah, we're not going to use that one again. So go ahead and scratch that one off your notepad, okay? Tell you what, I'll have my agent get with your agents, And just before you do any more of these interviews,
your people call my people. We'll hook this up.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to send that script over for proofreading, because shit, we can't have another fuck up like that. I'm just gonna be honest. I mean, I've made this whole process fun for the two of you. Cause this shit had to be really boring talking about. I don't know. Maybe you guys fucking love what y'all are do. I don't know. I don't know.
There's a lot of people, man. A lot of people play this shit, dude.
I didn't know anybody still played it. I thought it was like you and 3 other dudes.
No, there's a fuck ton of people that still play Battlefield, bro.
Don't
waiting on
Battlefield
Battlefield 5.
I can snipe you in the mouth. I've spent many a nights on Tehran Highway tagging that ass.
It's wrong.
Getting tagged.
Boy, throwback. That was way back in the day.
So is that?
That was where I learned about Battlefield. That was BF3, yeah.
Yeah, it was
That was when
BF3.
Clay. That was when he put me on the game. I never played Battlefield until he put me on it.
Yeah, man.
I met him back in like
Smack-
Halo Reach or Halo 3.
It's Halo 3. Yep.
Yeah, and he got me into playing Battlefield, which I love Battlefield 4. I just feel like I don't want to play it anymore. It's too old. Like, give me something new. Not saying that it's not fun anymore or anything, but it's just like, I was hoping Battlefield 1 was going to be a lot cooler than it was.
Yeah. I think everybody was.
Yeah.
That game was. It had huge hype behind it too, but they've already announced like working on Battlefield 5 basically. It's coming out next.
See, I'm
it'll be
excited.
out
Are we gonna have ATVs and all kind of shit like that again, or?
Yeah, it's supposed to be modern era type of warplay. I mean, because everybody's doing
game.
like the World War II. It's supposed to be set in like a like it's the predecessor of from what I've read on like DICE and from what their developers are saying is that it's supposed to be set like Battlefield 4 was set in like 2000 like whatever it came out like 2000 what. And this was supposed to be 20 years later, so it's supposed to be.
I just hope they don't go futuristic with it. For the love of God,
no,
please don't.
They've said that. They've said that they're not going to do that. They're not aiming to be to changing it to where it's. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they want it to be a modern era.
That was. The way you are about Battlefield, Clay, is the exact way I am about Call of Duty. I've been a Call of Duty player since day one. It's the very first Call of Duty. And they lost so much of my respect and love when they started adding jumping and jetpacking into this game. And now that I have a game where they took that shit out, I'm happy.
Yeah, it's true.
But no, all bullshit aside, dude, I don't mean to interrupt. I was just coming in here to fuck with you. If
Good,
I have interrupted, my bad. I was just fucking around.
No.
If you don't know me, you will not understand what I just did here. But
Sounds like some bamboozle shit.
No, you're good, bro.
This is just how we do shit.
Me and him go way back, man. We've been playing games since forever ago, so I mean, it's just one of them things, man. Probably have a few people drop in and just be like, what up?
Believe it or not, I taught him how to snipe with a Barrett. Believe it or not.
Yeah,
real life or a
Believe it or
Battlefield?
not. Both, nigga.
Yeah, man. But let me try to get.
I gave him the game. All right, I just got killed, dude. I'm getting out of here, man. Y'all have a good one, dude. If you want to play some
All
COD
right,
later,
buddy. Yeah, I'll hit you up.
all right, man. Y'all have a good one.
Alright. Fucking.
So yeah, back on
Hoplite's just
Milsim.
messing with me. I just got Hoplite. Who named you War Turtle?
Right. That would be that man himself that asked that question. That would be the one, Papa Hop. That was basically back in. Good. Well, let me see. Well, they're putting C4 all up on this freaking chopper for some reason.
Fucking suicide.
Yeah. Yeah, so that started basically. So in 5ID, right? We'll go back to 5ID. 5ID was during a time of when I was a CO. I didn't get to really tank the way that I tank now, because when you're at the CO level, you don't really get to be able to just sit like on your skill set, right? You have to focus on everything, right? All the details of your unit, right? So you don't really get to really harness your skill set. When I joined 101A, I was able to do that. I got to play with a lot of great players, and for the most part, I've been able to surround myself with good players, and I brought in a lot of good members to the 101st, and it's really benefited. But generally, what I try to do is I try to make the people around me better at heart. Whatever I try, or people say that oh, Bama's here or Bama's this or Bama's that, and it's not. It doesn't matter if I get 3,000 kills in a match, but if the team still loses, what's the point, right?
Motherfucker.
So, yeah, but I've had games where I go 302, or even game broke 500 kills. So when I joined the 101st, I was able to really focus on tanking and nothing else. I didn't have to worry about any outside sources. I didn't have to worry about aviation, anything. Captain Moose, Cerberus, as you guys might know him, he's the armor lead for 101A. He's very good at his job. Learned a lot. Me and him have worked extensively together, and that's one thing that we've tried to do. Is, I've learned off his knowledge. He's an active duty tanker in real life. So he has a great deal of knowledge, and so I've tried to pick up on how he plays, what he brings to the table, and go from there. Basically, when I joined the 101st, I was able to tank and just worry about tanking and do that. So that's when it kind of exploded for me, as far as the big time games, and the huge amounts of tickets and stuff, and yeah. But through it all, though, like I said, I've tried to remain humble. I've never claimed to be some great tanker. I've never claimed to be just amazing at the game. I generally have fun with the game, but like I said, I am a team guy. So me and Hop, we go back. He just came out of one day. He's like, "You're a fucking war turtle." I'm like, "The fuck is a war turtle?" I'm like, "Damn, are you insulting me?" Like, "Damn, dude, I didn't even know." So so that was funny. I mean, he was like, "No, that's a good thing. Us here in the Marines, that's a good thing." He's like, "You're a fucking tanker," and he's like, "You're an awesome tanker." So he was telling me all this stuff, and I was like, it just kind of transpired after that. To be honest with you, it caught on after that, and people just he started that whole thing. He is the source for me being called the war turtle. But it just kind of stuck, I just kind of ran with it. But yeah, so that's where that came from. But
do you have
yeah.
I know, I forgot when. I know my first interaction with Hop was back when Farquaad used to run this Eminem.
Oh yeah.
And I used to be a reporter for him because my old CO from 3&D, his name was Awesomebo. He changed it now. Not sure what it is now.
Oh yeah.
And he brought me to a party. He's like, "Hey, you do anything?" "No, why?" "Well, Farquaad needs some help running Eminem." "What the fuck is Eminem?" And he gave me the rundown of it. It's like, fuck it.
Right.
I ain't got anything better to do, so I did that. And made my own little account on Twitter and shit.
Yeah, you guys
I've seen-
exploded though, man. You guys have a lot of followers now. I mean, it's insane how much growth.
since
Like, you know,
yeah,
like I
since
said,
me
even
and
you
him
guys.
took over, like when the whole thing popped up the first time, where Farquaad was like, "Well, I'm looking for people to take over M&N." Like, I was on a pooper, man. I was on the shitter, fucking reading this shit. It's like, oh, I just had an idea. And I messaged Hobbs like, "Hey, you want to do something? What? Why don't we take over M&N? We could be the Ron Burgundy and a Jon Stewart." Combo right there.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys have done an excellent job with M&N, man. To me, I mean, like, you know, a lot of you guys, like a lot of coverage. A lot of people don't. A lot of times, you know, you have, and just because you guys, you know, you have like everybody and their mother trying to copy you guys, like liberal news and all this other stuff.
Yeah, fucking true Milsim news, and like I seen the screenshots from VSOC PA of their conversation with between VSOC PA and True Milsim News. It's like, and they act like, and I even scoped out the fucking page, and they say, "Well, we don't have a political agenda." Negro Torino from NJK actually commented.
yeah.
He's the only one to comment. He's like, "Neither do they." Like, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, and I understand, like, a lot of, I mean, sometimes we got people messaging us all pissed off and shit, because we will release an article that happens to pertain to them. And I understand, like, a lot of the units, one of the reasons they do that, like, even after we do, like, constant asking questions and shit, and we send it out to an article, a lot of units don't like being in the spotlight. They don't like being on the hot seat.
Right, that is true. And, you know, to me, like, what I've seen from you guys is you know, regardless of who posts it or who comes up with it, you know, you guys tend to post it, and you're usually generally on top of it. So, it's usually a lot of the times, a lot of people can't be biased. You know, a lot of times you see this bias stuff from a lot of teams, or like these so-called Milsim news networks and stuff, and you know, they're only posting biased material. And for me, for you guys, you haven't done that. You know, whatever, people can get mad, but at the end of the day, it's not your fault. You know, you're only doing your job. You know, or you're only reporting on what people are saying, and you're not making the stuff up, obviously. So,
Yeah. I mean, some people ask me what team runs, or what unit runs M&N, and I don't know if it's like there's a unit running M&N, so I'm gonna put this little rumor, myth, whatever, to rest. No unit, no coalition runs M&N. M&N is strictly veteran.
that's the way it should be, to be honest with you.
But hey,
Oh, man.
do you have cryptic scopes on your friends list?
I should have scopes. Check. Let me see
Let's
here.
get him in here. We gotta sing happy birthday to Doc.
That's right. We gotta do that. Let's see, I'll check right here. 1 second. Let me get through with this. I'm trying to not die in the process.
I'm about to spam the fuck out of Doc Holiday.
We'll get
Where's the charging cable? Phone's about to die.
And so one question that I always get asked you know, a lot of people, they want us to help them with their armor, or, you know, or those just come to me and like, hey Bama, you know, will you help me with my armor? My armor's getting up and running. You know, what can we do? And you know, or this, even, you know, they say, well, how come you guys have such good armor, or how come you guys do this and do this? And one thing that I tell people is like they fail to realize like armor is a very if you're if you're in Milsim and you're trying to do full assets, you're trying to go balls to the wall. The two things that people they look past is having armor and air. If you have two necessities, if you're ever trying to get up off the ground with armor, is that you need to make sure you start out small. Because everybody wants to be a tanker, everybody wants to be this and that. Everybody, but the thing is, to me, is what I tell people. They like, I've got 6 tankers that are ready to roll. Right? Well, all right. Well, what's their section look like? Like section, we just kind of roll out together, and I'm like, well, no. So one thing that we try to do as our tankers is we try to roll out and have exceptional section integrity. We have designated gunners, we have designated tank commanders, we have designated roles throughout our tanker corps. Now with our aviation to where it's at, it's just been insane. We've we've taken over, or as being able to just coordinate with our armor and aviation. But what I tell people if they're like looking to do armor, I get asked this question all the time, is like, how what do I need to do to help my armor be better? And it's simple. It's just practice, and try to work on the fundamentals. People try to work on they try to work on stuff that's not even ready to be worked on yet. Like for instance, like I said, like section integrity, working as a pair, working on your shot placement and accuracy. These are small things that they can work on that could just overall better their tanker corps. Or too often people don't work on the basics of shot placement, accuracy, working on mid to long range engagements. Today when I was going up against the tankers from the 4th, the 4th has always been known for having just exceptional tankers. That's one of the lessons that I learned early on was I need to work on the basics. I need to work on engagements of hitting these shots from mid to long ranges and being accurate with them. Because that's how that I used to get bodied by like the 4th and like all these teams that just had amazing tankers. And it was because they knew how to hit me from long ranges and hit me first, and then outmaneuver. That's the one thing that is what makes tanking in Battlefield great is it's all maneuverability warfare. It's outmaneuvering your opponent.
And Scopes, make sure your audio's included.
Scopes joined. I didn't even see it. I'm over here rambling.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't call it either. I'll go fuck myself.
How's it going, brother?
Hey, are you guys familiar with the HBO miniseries, The Pacific?
Oh yeah.
Yes, yeah, I watched it.
Of course.
I don't think I've watched all of it.
Well, at the beginning of the series, you see them singing "Happy Birthday" to the Grease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna sing like that to Doc. He's watching right now.
Boy.
I don't sing. I just dance.
Fuck,
Man,
sing, goddammit.
dude, if you trying to get me, this is gonna break every microphone that is listening to this party, including this one. It's gonna just shatter. It's gonna be horrific.
You're just singing "Happy Birthday." You're not doing Whitney Houston impersonations.
I mean, I can do a Whitney Houston impersonation.
We could probably do Whitney Houston better than we could do Happy Birthday.
Fucking. Alright, you guys know how that shit goes, right?
No, like Happy Birthday? Like, I know how that song goes.
how they sing in the fucking Pacific.
No. I know how like Chuck E. Cheese, like Happy Birthday, like.
I'm the only one that paid attention.
I think so.
Probably.
Alright, let's just start off. Alright, go ahead. Let's start off. Ready?
What are we doing?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday? Happy birthday?
Yeah.
To Doc. Alright, I can do this.
We can do this.
Alright, ready?
You first, quit. me.
Fucking tone it up. Alright, ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday.
Happy
Birthday to you.
Oh God.
Happy birthday
Birthday
to
to
you.
you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Doc.
dear Doc.
Happy birthday to
you. Cha
How
cha cha.
fucked
There
are
we go.
you
Drink
now?
some for me.
How fucked are you now? How fucked are you now? You're surely fucked now.
We'll get white for
Yeah,
Wednesday, Doc.
He's about to get tore up, man. I'm surprised he's not drunk already. To be honest with you.
Shit, he's 21 in Vegas, for Christ's sakes, man. Fuck, I get shit faced. Go to work
Yeah.
tomorrow?
I
definitely
turned 21,
will.
did not have enough money to do anything in Vegas, so hopefully he's doing better than I was.
Fucking, yeah, I just
My
told
wife
fucking
just
man
texted me,
I got shit faced. Wait, what?
My wife just texted me to tell me to stop singing happy birthday.
Oh God. She watches the stream.
No, she's in the other room.
Oh. Okay. I was about to say.
Loud.
Wow. Stop singing happy birthday. Dang, roasted.
Goddamn, she might hate your singing. Oh, fuck.
Yes.
Alright, Bama, our time with you guys is up, man.
Yeah, bro. Well, it was a great time, guys. Please feel free to have me on anytime, man. Kick it with you guys.
Alright, dude.
Scopes, man, we need to catch up, brother.
Yeah, get on Rocket League someday. That's all I play anymore.
I actually got
Okay,
that.
yeah. Rocket League, Milsim, down.
Fucking.
Yeah, we're going over convoy operations tomorrow night. If you want to attend the formation.
I'm gonna do a 4v4.
Yeah.
Alright, gents, you guys have a good night.
Alright, man.
You too,
See
buddy.
I still can't believe your fucking wife told you to stop singing happy birthday.
Yes.
Oh,
Just got a
fuck.
text.
What's up, man?
No, you know, just enjoying my night. How
Fucking.
about you?
That's my Friday, because I got tomorrow and Wednesday off.
I feel you.
Fucking, yeah, fucking, I should have played Hail to the Chief as soon as you came in.
No, me?
Yeah, you wanted to, like, I remember, day we, I got you to, like, we were talking about you coming on the stream. It's a day that you were saying, like, you're the Milsim POTUS.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was just bored as fuck. And I was like, because I wasn't in a unit at that time, because that was when 173rd shut down. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to be in charge of it all. I'm just going to be the self-proclaimed president.
Yeah, man, you can, aren't you still in the military, or did you get out?
No, I'm still in. Still active duty.
You're Army,
Unfortunately.
right? What do you
Yeah,
think about that? I'm not sure if you were paying attention, but back when Weezer was a little bit ago, when Weezer was on,
Yeah, was
They
that
talk
the
about
one
that
that was going to Korea or something?
yeah,
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I was there
towards
for a
the
little
end,
bit of that.
apparently the Army is lifting the ban on health issues.
What the fuck, really?
Yeah, dude,
Must have
Rated
missed
Red
that.
just, if you have the Rated Red app, just go to categories and military. It's the first one.
Really? Like what type of mental illness? Like everything, or just like PTSD
I
or
could-
something like that?
I could play through the mic if you want to hear it.
Yeah, I'd be interested to hear that, 'cause it's very interesting interesting thing to hear. I know they were being more lenient on people like with drug shit, fucking
Yeah,
joining. but
potheads
didn't
and
know
shit. Alright,
Yeah.
here it is. Everyone watching, apologize if the if the mic or something sucks.
According to documents obtained by USA Today, the U.S. Army is now taking applicants with histories of mental illness, drug abuse, and self-mutilation. A policy which allows people with mental health conditions to seek waivers to join the Army was enacted in August but went unannounced. This isn't the first time a policy like this has been put into place. Last year, in an effort to meet their goal of 69,000 new soldiers, the Army accepted more recruits who fared poorly in an aptitude test. Now the Army has a goal of recruiting 80,000 new soldiers through next September. Lieutenant Colonel Randy Taylor, an Army spokesman, told USA Today, quote, "The decision was primarily due to the increased availability of medical records and other data which is now more readily available. These records allow Army officials to better document applicant histories." What do you think about applicants who have previously been barred from service?
There you go, dude.
That is very interesting. It's really weird though because we push people out, like we'll chapter people out for mental illnesses, but we're letting them in now, I guess. So that's interesting.
I just seen a fucking post on Twitter. Stop saying Happer. Get the
Oh,
fuck
yeah.
in here.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart. Let me tell you. It's my ball and chain.
Fucking. I don't know, man. I'd more single life, man.
Yeah.
But tell us about your Milsim experience. Was going to that first, because I know if we just talk about military, it's just like go on and on for a while. But
Yeah, Milsim. So I started out in 5ID way back when. Well, actually, I started out with 5ID, and then I started my own unit, the 10th Mountain Division, for a little bit. It was me and another vet that
I may
ran
have
it.
seen you in there.
Yeah, that was like
Did you
2
had
years
a-
ago or something like that.
Did you have a guy that joined called Awesome Boat? It's like US 10th Delta.
I don't think so. I don't know. It was a while ago. First or second thing in Milsim, and then after that, I deployed. So I fucking was off for quite a while, and then came back, joined 4MD with fucking Shadow. Worked my way up to be the second in charge of that for quite a while. Then I left that. Joined fucking 5MR right before they fucking fell apart, unfortunately. And now I'm here in 3FR, just chilling with my boys.
All those face blurs.
Yeah. We don't show face anymore. You actually have to change my voice on this stream. I can't show him. I have to blur out my name.
He's talking to like some kind of lizard god.
Yeah. But yeah, so
Fucking,
that's what I've done in Milsim so far. Not all that much.
I noticed that. Was it you or Havoc that's been having some issues with Crow lately?
Probably Havoc. When I talk about Crow, I just make fun of him. So that's about it. If you see it on Twitter, I just dog him for fucking not joining. But that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah, he's actually supposed to be our guest at the U.
I will definitely be tuning into that.
Which is weird, because when we posted that article pertaining to 5MR's removal from the chat for not posting up-to-date roster, and the video that Crow sent me of apparently what he claimed is one Cav retreating, and again I still got screenshots of him literally saying retreating.
Yeah.
It was
That initial
It was
screenshot he sent was literally my picture that I took like 2.5 weeks prior. Like it came
yeah.
from
I
my
actually
phone.
looked closer than that. I do see you highlighted.
Yeah, and you can see the fucking office, not the office, but the building in the background.
And
But yeah, that was interesting.
Fuck, what was it? It was like the other day he messaged me. I think it was in the morning. Cause I'm pretty sure it's either evening or morning. Cause I remember just like hearing a ding and looking at my phone, and it's like, is that spot for Monday still available? And this is back when it was just gonna be Weezer, Bama, and you.
Yeah.
And I thought about it, I was like, we could do Tuesday. Then I actually thought about it, it's like, well, we have scopes coming in at 2000. We could do 2100. I was like, yeah, sure. We got opening at 2100 on Monday, CST time. I was like, alright. And I asked him, what was it yesterday, is there any particular reason why you would want to come on a stream? Because he originally, like, when it came down to that article and video we posted, he asked us to take it down and exchange, like, him appearing on the stream.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Of course, I talked to my partner, and like, there's nothing we can do, man. And it's like, no, once it's on the internet, dude, it's on the internet. Someone's got screenshots of it already.
Yeah.
I told him that and asked him, well, we can have you on the interview, but as for the request to take down the post, there's nothing we can do. And I was like, alright, well, we would just put it on the stream for if you were to cooperate. Then this happened, I don't know, it's kind of like weird feeling. I was like, didn't you just say you weren't going to be on? But it's whatever.
He's bamboozling people, man. Don't you know?
Fuck you. I bamboozle people when I show up on the doorstep. Woo!
Yeah, I don't know, man. That whole situation with 5MR and Crow and all the communities, it's a very interesting thing going on. Just personally, I feel like the community is kind of being a joke right now as far as rules that have been set in place for quite a while, and kind of being super lenient and almost bending the rules now for Crow to come back. But then again, on the other hand, I like that 5MR's back because they're a good fucking team that actually fights and shit. So I don't know, man. It's a very two-sided fucking argument.
Is there a vote to repeal the blacklist of Crow, or
I don't know. I'm
is
not in
that
the
still
community
in
anymore. I think it's still in effect. I don't see that coming off for quite a while.
because I mean,
I know.
Grant, this, like he did say it, but it's not the first time it happened. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I was
I don't
kind
know,
of surprised that it happened nonetheless, because it was a shit fest the first time it happened with Beretta. But
Yeah, I think with that whole thing with what Crow said initially about the suicide thing and his blacklist, I mean, I went off on him about it when I was in 5MR, and I was like, look, dude, just fucking apologize. He was like, alright, he apologized to me. I was like, dude, fucking throw me in the chat and I'll fucking try to fix this for you. And then everybody, once he said that, everybody went for the blacklist. I think, kind of like what Bama said earlier, that was just a way to get rid of them. I mean, I don't really like Crow, but I do like 5MR. I like how they operate, but I don't know. They blacklist Crow, but
he's a good person. It needs to tone down or filter what is said. It's the only problem I
Yeah.
see pertaining to him.
Another thing I don't like though is how fucking Whiskey and Fidelis, they really get on my nerves with I feel like they take this a little, like, a step farther than it should go.
What do you mean?
Just like like when in the chats with like the barracks chat and shit, like it's a community chat. Crow's blacklisted. The standard's the standard. You can't fucking come in there. That should be understood. But they just kept on trying to fucking invite him and be like, trying to like make loopholes or, you know, go around the fucking rules and invite him like late at night when no one's in there. Fucking, I don't know. That shakes up my nerves.
You cannot
I
bamboozle
think if maybe they
a
just
bamboozler.
Yeah, exactly. I think maybe if they just stayed out of the spotlight for a while, maybe they could get a chance of you know, getting the blacklist on Crow fucking taken away and kind of coming back into the community, but I think their PR reps right now are not doing the best of jobs, in my humble opinion.
Yeah. I'm out of alcohol today.
Do what?
I have no alcohol today.
Yeah, me neither. Fucking, I stopped
Sucks.
drinking for a little while after I was on leave and threw up more collectively in 24 hours than I have in my entire life. So, taking a
So
little
not
break from
drinking?
alcohol for a while. No, like from drinking. Fucking went out to the bar and drank a little too much.
Well, leave it to the army to drink more than they can handle. Leave it to
No, it was
just let the
way more
Navy
than
have
I
all
could
the
handle.
alcohol. We can handle it.
Yeah, I couldn't handle it, man. It was fucking like as soon as I got there, went in like 3 or 4 Jello shots deep, grabbed a beer. Next thing I know, it was like 4 or 5 beers, and then a bunch of fucking more Jello shots after that, because they were like, it was like 50-cent Jello shots or some shit. I don't remember the rest of the night. I do know that because I went with my mother and father-in-law and some other people, and fucking they had to stop on the side of the interstate so I could fucking get out and puke, and it was a very interesting night.
I
Since-
got a story that can one up that. So I mean, my mother still works there space. She's retired from the Air Force, but she works there as a civilian. The Air Force Base was giving out tickets to a Bon Jovi concert downtown, and she got some. It was me, her, my sisters, and one of my sister's friends. And beer wasn't too pricey. It was like $1.50, $2 maybe. And I'm just pounding beer because at concerts like that, it's always High Point. And anyone who lives in Oklahoma can verify that Oklahoma is a low point beer state. It's like 3.2 or something. So I'm just
Alcohol
down
percentage?
in beer. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm just down in beers left and right. Well, I ended up blacking out. And I know I regained consciousness and it's like leaned over to my right side and just threw up on the stairs next to me. And I thought that was done. Then I blacked out again and fucking again regained consciousness and fucking like could feel the vomit come out. Cause before we went to the concert we had Sonic for dinner. So all that popcorn chicken and fucking fries and shit just came right back up. And we ended up leaving and I'll be honest, I still feel bad about it. It's like fuck. I'm always looking at like concert schedules for Bon Jovi, see if they're coming back to Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. That was actually the first time I got trashed at a fucking concert.
Yeah, I've drinking too much a few times. Like this one time, it was back when I think I was like at PFC or something, and we had a division run the next day, and we had to be there. I think at the company at like, I want to say like 4 a.m. or 4:30, something like that. And you know, we were just chilling at the barracks, and my buddy was like, "Dude, we have a division run tomorrow." He's like, "So?" I'm like, "All right, dude, let's go." And so we go to his buddy's fucking barracks. We start downing fucking beer, shotgunning and shit. And we go to the bar after that. I think at one point between 3 of us we ordered like dots just for the shits of it. I don't know. And we took them back to back to back between 3 of us. Don't remember much after that. And then they fucking these girls bought us 151 shots. After we took those, it was bad. And we got back to the barracks I think at like 3:30 and had to be at the company at 4:30. Next thing I know, I wake up at like 5:30 to my squad leader who had fucking kicked my door in, fucking yelling at me, telling me to get the fuck up. And yeah, ended up having to do a division run after that and puked fucking everywhere in front of the CG of the base. So that was fun. But it was cool though, because I slept, I had prepared myself when I went to bed super drunk. I put my PTs on with my shoes and my PT belt and everything. So when I got out of bed, I was fucking ready.
You were ready, but you were late as fuck.
I was quite late. He's like, "Have you been fucking drinking?" I'm like, "No." He's like, I can fucking smell it in the hallway. I'm like, it's not my fault.
That's why you always carry. You should always carry Febreze with you as you're drinking.
Yeah,
He's like, what is this
smell it in the hall?
And he's like, this is a
Yeah,
cover
it's
up.
Like, it's my new alcohol flavored cologne. What do you think, Sarge? You like
Oh,
it?
speaking of alcohol cologne, there's like perfume cologne, what do you want to call it, that can make you smell like whiskey 24/7.
Yeah. Give me some of that. Just show up to formation every morning out of my platoon.
Piss off, like, who the hell smells like alcohol?
Yeah.
And they BAC you just like 0.0. It's what the fuck?
I'm gonna get some of that. So next, if I ever show up to formation drunk as fuck, that they think they smell it on me, I'll just spritz it on one of my soldiers real quick and be like, hey, First Sergeant, I think he's drunk. It ain't me. Smell his ass. Yeah, I told you.
Okay. What are you now?
No
Specialist or
integrity.
something?
I'm a staff sergeant.
Oh fuck, you are?
I'm an E6. Yeah, I got my E6 earlier this year. Yeah, that PSD
I
story
work
was
with a
from
guy
quite a long
that's
time ago.
I work with a guy. He's National Guard vet. He
Mm-hmm.
made sergeant, and I think after he made sergeant, a little bit after he left, because they weren't doing some shit. And he brags about the fact that like he'll show off, oh, I'm infantry and shit, like wearing some fucking coyote tan Velcro hat with a fucking patch from Afghanistan.
That's how you spot a fucking person when they get out. They wear like some fucking tactical shit, like some 511 pants and like a fucking
I'll be honest, I used
grunt
to.
style
The only
shirt.
time you will ever see me wear 511 pants is if I had to fucking substitute them for like, say, dress pants, just to go to like an interview. Like I'll wear a polo shirt,
Yeah.
and well, I was like, yeah, fuck, I'm not gonna iron it, and I'll just pop 11.
Yeah, I don't mind. They're actually
they're
pretty comfortable.
I got some grunge style t-shirts and not 911, but a 9-line apparel hoodie. There's some Zero Fox
yeah.
t-shirts.
Yeah, I got some stuff from fucking. I don't really have any grunt style or anything like that, but I do have some Article 15 clothing. Fucking Matt Best and all that. When we were in Afghanistan on this last deployment, they sent us some coffee and t-shirts and shit.
I never had Black Rifle coffee. I always wanted to try it.
I'm not really a coffee drinker. I haven't tried it.
I've been
drank
drinking coffee since I was
years.
like 6 or 7.
Jesus, man, I've just never had the taste for it. Even in fucking
Coffee
downrange and
is
shit.
life.
Oh, by the way, fucking Exploit wants me to give him a shout out. So
Exploit.
yeah, you know who that is?
No.
No, okay. I've been with him for a while. Fucking, we started out in 5ID together. Pretty much been in the same Milsim ever since. We got a little group going, so he messaged me a few times and wanting a shout out. You know, I'm popular. It's fine. I'm here later.
You sign autographs on paper for women, you'll sign chest.
Yes, titties all day.
You fucking.
Gotta say that
black
really
lady,
quietly
like,
so my wife doesn't text me. Yes, so I said it a little more quietly.
Fucking.
Yeah, man, she's fucking crazy, man. You can, like, the dude I just shouted out when we were in 5ID together. Me and my wife were living in an apartment, and I took a video, and she was like, "Get the fuck off the Xbox." I'm like, "Nah, fuck you." And she was doing laundry at the time, so she turns around and throws the entire fucking laundry basket at me, and I got it on video. It's pretty funny. Yeah, she's a trip.
Is she Latina?
No, she's white as fuck.
I was gonna say that sounds like some shit a Latina girl would say, or do.
Look at Milsim or black people down there in the comments. Fuck you, black people. Sounds super.
I don't see black people. Where is he?
You just said Milsim news or drunk stories at a campfire. Drunk stories at a campfire, dude. The fuck? This isn't Milsim.
Kinda both.
Yeah. We did talk about 5MR earlier. Maybe you missed it. That whole
fucking,
that whole ordeal.
Yeah, this stream was originally just gonna be like some active duties come on board, just talk about some shit in the military and milk some shit. For one, Milsim.
What's your take on
Oh shit.
I guess I'll ask the question now. Fucking what's your take on the some of the units? You know, so I enjoy Milsim. I do. I enjoy, you know, getting on here and, you know, you put some ranks on and fucking you do some military style tactics on the game and whatnot. It's super fun for me. I've always enjoyed it. What's your take on the dudes that, you know, are super fucking serious about this shit, man? Like,
What are you talking about? Like,
not
balls
gonna
deep
name
in it?
names. No, yeah, like balls deep, like fucking not gonna name names, but like come home, brothers. Stuff like that.
You already know who you're talking about.
Yeah, dude, it just I don't know, man. I feel like a lot of people,
Like
I said, I love
understand
Milsim.
it.
I think it's super fun, but
It's fun. I can understand people want to simulate as realistically as possible, but you gotta be real with this shit, man. Come on.
yeah, and like
Like NJP's like sign documents, sign contracts, take a
I
oath
hate the contract
for a
thing.
unit. Like I
Yeah.
heard fucking people like doing, oh, when you join this team, they have you say an oath. And it's like not just you and the other person there, it's like a witness in there. It's like, back it up. It's like, what the fuck? That's a dude. What the fuck, man? But stuff like that, it's like, yeah, that's taking it a bit far, dude. I mean, you're pretty much just here.
Yeah,
to
that's
simulate the
exactly
military,
how I feel.
like that's just going over the line when it comes to simulating. You might, like, say patenting a Milsim hobby. Because Milsim, I view Milsim as a hobby, really. I mean, of course,
Yeah, I
there's
can see
people in
that.
Milsim that are unable to join the military. They come to Milsim, and it's like probably the most closest thing they can get to being in the real military.
Yeah, no, I totally get that, actually. And that's one of the things I enjoy most about Milsim is fucking teaching, like, you know, younger kids or younger teenagers and civilians that maybe tried to join and couldn't join, or just, you know, it's just not their fucking, they chose not to do that with their life.
Not their
I enjoy
cup of
teaching
tea
them.
or something.
Yeah, and I would like to say that you'll see me on ragging on Crow and shit about fucking not joining. And it's not that I fucking think I'm on a high horse because I'm in the military, or fucking that everybody should have to join if they want to do mil. It just bothers me that he puts out so much that, oh, I'm about to join, I'm about to do this, blah blah blah. But then there's always
You
some
don't
fucking
hear
excuse.
anything else other than that. Like he showed us pictures. Back when he used to be part of the Veteran Coalition. Like he
Yeah.
showed pictures all around that he took his ASVAB and he scored high enough number. But he said, like, with stuff coming out saying that, oh, there's stuff with the army going on, and not really his cup of tea, and he's going on to the Marines. I mean, I don't know who the hell told me this, but someone told me this a few days ago, that they talked to their friends that are Marine recruiters, and they told them to get Crow's number, and then that way they could get him into the recruiting office, and they could have him enlisted and on the way to boot camp by December 1st.
Yeah, that was who was that? Was that Cav or Quipsy or somebody of those? Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I believe it was Cav. And that's when it's like,
Yeah, see that?
it all comes down to you putting the effort to get this shit done. Like, it's not their fault or that thing's fault. Down to how badly does that person want to join.
Yeah, and
I
I'm,
was
and, you know,
surprised
if he
everyone
would,
by joining, really.
yeah, and if he would just say like, if come out and be like, yo, I'm not gonna join. I've chosen not to. I'd be like, all right, cool. That's your fucking, that's your decision. Fucking, at least you're fucking honest about it. But like, with the whole GPA
just be
thing.
honest, man. I don't
Yeah,
even think
and
the whole
I
army
tried to help
may
him.
Oh, does the army, is the GPA when it comes to joining the army a big deal for enlistment?
No, as long as you have your diploma or your GED, they don't give a fuck about your GPA. When that happened, I was talking to Crow, and I was trying to help him out because he had some questions for me because he knew I'm in. I was like, yeah. So I fucking asked my buddy who's an E7 recruiter, and that's his like permanent MOS now. I was like, yo, so I got a buddy who, blah 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 blah. His recruiter's telling him he has to have a certain high school GPA. My buddy was like, that's fucking bullshit. So I showed Crow that, and I was like, look, dude, this is from a fucking E7 who's been doing this for a fat fucking minute. And he was like, alright, cool, I'm gonna go fucking call my recruiter out about it. And then nothing ever fucking came from it.
That was probably what fucked him up. I mean, if he actually did that, he actually went out and called his recruiter out. That's probably a reason why the whole army thing didn't work out. Because his recruiters probably just made his shit hell.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Fucking, I just know that right now, especially with the army, they're pushing real hard to get fucking people in.
Yeah, just like everyone.
And they're not really gonna turn down.
Rated Red.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
What's that, Timmy? You fucked your sister and hit a guy with your car and never went back to see if he was okay? That's okay. Join the army.
Yeah, it's your last resort. Fucking, either that or just join the fucking French Legion. I don't know, do something. They take anybody.
You could do that. I mean, the fucking training for that shit's ridiculously hard.
Yeah, I feel like they beat your ass on that shit.
Yeah, fuck.
Like, 'cause I feel like there's no
ain't coming
rules over
close
there.
to that
Like,
shit.
yeah, man, fucking. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever do that. Like, I've been through fucking SFAS and all that crazy stuff, and I don't.
What's that?
There's still rules in the army. That's the fucking Army Special Forces selection. And fucking there's still rules anywhere you go in the army. But I feel like if you went over there to the fucking Foreign Legion and shit, there ain't shit, man. They'll fucking beat the fuck out of you.
You Ranger?
I'm not down for that. No. When I first joined, I was on a 18 X-ray contract, which is a Special Forces candidate.
You didn't make it, did you?
No. I made it through selection. Fucking went through a little bit of the queue and whatnot, and then some stuff happened. I fucking left. Put it at that.
Was it Wagner? Was Wagner trying to blow you?
Do what? Yeah. Fucking Wagner, man.
Fuck Wagner. He's a
No.
Jody.
It's not as bad as my buddy, who's also a fucking E6. He was initially in the Navy, and he went through Buds. He made it through Hell Week and everything. And so I guess in Buds, once you make it through Hell Week, it's kind of like a day type thing. Like you go train, then you go back to your barracks and shit at night. If you have a family, your family can be there after Hell Week, from what I've heard. And he, after Hell Week, a few weeks later, he fucking got a fucking DUI and fucking got kicked out of Buds after making it through all that. Yeah. Very interesting. That would fucking blow, but he's a
Heard
fucking
about
idiot,
that
so.
story where those 2 SEALs killed a Green Beret.
Yeah, I did hear about that. Fucking over like some cash, like fucking
Yeah,
heist
money
or some
laundering shit.
Yeah.
It was they were
interesting.
taking money from a fund that was used to pay locals to be informants and all that shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's yeah, I mean that's kind of what happens over there in the special operations community. There's a lot of hush hush shit.
Right. And apparently the story is they try to get him on board, but he's like, no, fuck that.
Army's got integrity, man. Fucking Navy, dude. Fucking Navy.
That's more CIA, because that's SEAL Team 6. That's more under CIA control right there, man.
Yeah, when you get up
We
there
don't
to
want-
fucking
we don't have-
Crew and SOG and shit.
We don't know who they are. What's kind of funny, their names were dropped on World News Tonight with Lester Holt. They actually
Yeah, well, I feel like at
blasted
that
their
point,
names.
fucking. I feel like at that point it's hard to hide their names when it's a fucking you got like a murder charge and a fucking indicting and all that good stuff. I feel like it's kind of hard to hide names at that point. But
I mean, they could have just said last
Yeah.
name, like petty officer this, petty officer that. But,
yeah,
fucking-
what was it? Dev Crew guys?
Yeah, it was still Team 6. 2 guys from them.
yeah. Team 6 and shit. Since black people down there said we're not talking enough about Milsim. Fucking I never understand why people try to emulate like tier 1 fucking units like that, like CAG and DevGru and shit. Like, how do you get your information for that? Where do they get their information
Wikipedia
for
like
like?
a motherfucker. And black people,
That's what I'm saying. That sounds so racist when you say like fucking black people. Like, it sounds
he's the
super
one-
racist.
He's the one that fucking put his name like that. I mean, you seen his gamer picture?
yeah.
He's just
Like,
some guy in the
I just gotta
field,
watch
like,
what I say
the
on here.
fuck?
Like,
Oh,
I gotta
fuck that.
watch what I say on
For
here, man. Fucking-
anyone that's watching this on here or YouTube, black people is actually a guy that his gamer picture, or not gamer picture, but gamer tag is X something
Black people.
that on Twitch, it's
Fucking-
also black people. So we say
Fucking hate
that.
black
We're not
people.
talking about.
you see how that can be taken really wrongly? Like,
it's not. It's not to a group of people. It's just to a person who calls himself black people.
political correctness.
Fuck that
Yeah,
PC
epitome.
shit.
How many people are watching right now? Oh, 3 people? Oh, fuck us, huh?
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure Crow comes on. It's gonna like go 7 or some shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's gonna fucking explode when Crow's on here.
I
I'll
don't know.
be tuned in for that.
I mean, this stream. This more the idea was just like we'll get Weezer, Bama, and you on Boris. Talk about some shit, also some military shit. But it's like what Crow messaged me out of the blue. It's like asking if we had an opening on Monday. It's like, okay.
I mean, I feel like that might be good for him. Fucking just to so it can actually come from the horse's mouth. You know what I mean? Instead of his fucking PR reps, Whiskey and Fidelis and all them, because they're not very well liked right now. And I just scored a goal. What up, girl? And no, I didn't. But yeah, so I don't think it's gonna just magically change people's minds, but it might help a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I think shit can improve for him after, like maybe after this stream. It's like once it's on YouTube, we'll post it, of course, like we always do. So hey, you missed the stream. Here it is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
but-
definitely a good idea.
Yeah. Fucking. I was gonna say something. God damn it.
Yeah, I feel like that
we got-
stream, one of the stream of the year.
Dun, 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 dun.
Especially after everything that's fucking happened. Fucking Hoplite inviting me. Doesn't he know I'm doing my show?
I told him. I even asked him if he wanted to be on a stream with you. So I
Yeah,
figured
it's my
if
fucking,
he was on board, if he was on the stream, like it could have been some fun shit happening.
yeah, he just messaged me. Let's see what he said.
What did he say?
Disregard party invite. Yeah, I fucking will. I mean, just kidding. It wasn't Hoplite. Fucking somebody else. We can't say names on the air. It violates OPSEC. Oh, speaking of OPSEC, fucking you've seen like the context people use OPSEC in like the Milsim community, like stuff that has nothing to do with OPSEC.
I started to see that. Yeah.
Like fucking yeah, there's some random ass shit on there. People will be like, "Yo, dude, it's fucking. Do you eat pizza tonight?" Fucking OPSEC.
OPSEC.
What?
Fuck.
Do you even know what OPSEC means?
That, this shit, it's this shit didn't start till like after the elections came around. Like people ask questions about the coalition, like who's part of it, how many people you got, and like, all we can give them is, sorry, that's OPSEC information. Then
that's
other
like
team,
legitimate.
other teams
the
start,
way to use
yeah,
OPSEC.
yeah, the other people start using it, and that meme in the community is like, what the fuck? Like, this is some real shit. Like, y'all don't understand this until you join. This is some real shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that yeah. That always gets me when people will just say fucking OPSEC out of nowhere. Like that's Crow's favorite word. That is his favorite word.
Trust me, dude. I know. I know.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that little thing going on when you were asking him. Yeah, OPSEC. What?
I'm just asking. I mean, fuck.
Yeah, it's
Like,
it's an interesting
simple
situation.
questions. That's all, really.
It's a bold move, Cotton. We'll see how it plays out.
What's up?
Oh, you don't know what that quote is? It's a bold move, Cotton. We'll see how it plays out. Please tell me you know what that's from.
You know how
Dodgeball?
often I drink.
Oh my god.
Dodgeball?
Yeah, the movie Dodgeball. If you can dodge a
Oh.
wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Oh
Oh my god.
I don't
Get out
watch
from
that
underneath
movie.
the fucking
Dude,
rock.
you know what? Fuck Dodgeball. I don't even watch that movie, and every time I watch it, it's just like some cringy ass parts.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never watched fucking Dodgeball. I did play it a lot in elementary school. But,
Everyone
yeah.
played dodgeball in elementary school. Man, what the fuck are you talking
Oh yeah, I
about?
played kickball in elementary school.
Kickball was a
Kickball
shit back
was
in
the shit.
elementary school. I played a taste of Japanese style kickball, not kickball, but dodgeball. And damn, is that shit a bitch. That hey, do you know a guy named Champ? Scopes.
Oh shit, my mic was muted.
Fucking dumb. Do you know a guy named Champ?
Champ. Friends. No, I don't think so. Is it from Milsim?
I don't know. I just got a random party invite from him.
Maybe somebody wants you to join their Milsim.
Oh, will you join us?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude.
Oh.
What else are we
But,
talking about? That'll be related to Milsim, so it'll be some people stay quiet. Again, he's invited me to a party. What the fuck? Who is this?
There's a lot to talk about in the Milsim world. Usually, at this point, just on 5 more.
Yeah, it's like some big thing that's going on. It happens to involve them or something.
Yeah, Hernandez is not a big fan of 5 more. He tried for that community blacklist.
I seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see that working out. I mean, that's another thing for me that goes back to the Milsim community not really enforcing rules, which and not saying that I want 5MR to be gone or anything like this, but the rules are the rules and standards the standard. Fucking, anybody else that would have done that shit on Twitter, like mass fucking poaching and literally actual poaching, just fucking messaging members and shit. Anybody else who did that would have been fucking blacklisted and just fucking thrown in front of the bus, and but people aren't really doing anything right now because of it's fucking Crow and 5MR. Goes back to the not enforcing the rules and just kind of like letting it go, which to me is kind of making the community look like a little bit of a joke, but who am I to judge?
I don't know. Alright. About 8:45.
Art. Hop on it.
What?
Yeah, but I'm about to fucking I have to jump off here a little early. The fucking wife's yelling at me. Can't play for 45 minutes.
I gotta make
Yeah,
sure.
so I'm gonna
next
go ahead and
guest
jump off
is
here
ready.
and fucking go please her for a little while. Fucking pregnant ass.
Please.
But
Wait, is she
it's
pregnant?
good to be on here, man. Fucking yeah, she's 5 months pregnant.
Kick ass, dude. Congrats.
Appreciate it, man. It's first kid, so see how
You
it
should
fucking
give
see how it plays
him
out.
a badass name.
Badass name, fucking name him Squid.
Yeah, coming out with tentacles and shit. It's like we already know what you're doing when you grow up.
Yeah, gonna suck dick and join the Navy.
No, you go. Yeah, fucking squid. He's like come out with all tentacles and shit. He's like, there's a Japanese girl somewhere that's gonna fucking enjoy you. I can tell you that.
Oh yeah, but all right, man. I was good to fucking good to be on here. Fucking good luck with your next interview with that, and get some
Le
good questions out of
Favre.
it, so we can all see what's going on inside the mind of 5MR.
Yeah, if
all
you
right, man,
if you miss
have a
it,
good night.
I mean, if your wife won't let you join or watch it, just it'll be on YouTube here probably tonight.
All right, yeah, sounds
It's
good.
gonna be towards the end of the video, so you can just skip through a lot of this shit.
All right, man. Fucking I shall do that. But have a good night, man.
Alrighty,
Later.
later, dude. Do 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 do. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna take a quick breather. You gotta take a leak, take a dump, go do it right now. Our next guest is Mr. Crow of 5MR. What the fuck? But anyway, I'm gonna leave you guys to some music. Do 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 do. Alright, here's the song. You guys can guess it here. Anyway, I'll be right back. Gotta take a leak, grab a drink. So enjoy. Fuck that.
Fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Alright. Alright. Ooh, what up, Fuels pumping engines. Yeah, like, what's that, man? Peas and carrots, or just carrots?
Celery, carrots with dill vets with it.
I thought you said dildo for a second. I thought, what the fuck?
Sorry, yeah.
You will go ahead and introduce yourself again.
Yeah, no problem.
I just saying. Oh shit.
Give me 1 second. Let me get my sergeant on deck. Alright.
Champ, because I don't know who that guy is.
I don't know.
Who is that?
Wonder what I'm champ.
Oh, that's who the fuck it is. I kept getting invites. I was like, who the fuck is this guy? I haven't seen Whiskey in a while. Where the hell you been?
Georgia.
What, Benning or? Is it? Oh, fucking hell, man. Do you have me online? Because if you get, I get the perfect idea for a backyard. Cause just do like one big ass barbecue pit.
Barbecue pit? Oh, well, at least, so I get my stuff squared away. Please. I've been showing my sister's house. No, you wouldn't do that, man. If you're gonna do barbecue pit, you have in gazebo, but yeah, you have to make like a chimney for the fire. But again, welcome. Whiskey, I think this is your first time on the stream. Yeah, make sure your audio's clear, gents. Yeah, I did it way back when. It's been a while.
Because I know, Crow, you, Five More, it was you, I want to say Dev, maybe, I don't know. You know, Five More in general was like the first guest we had on, the streams.
No, it was me
So
and me and LT here.
Anyway,
Yeah,
so what's the
pretty
first
weak.
category to kick this off?
Uh, yes. This question is, it's kind of a little queer. Like, I'm curious about this. What was Operation Bamboozle?
Right now, it's confidential. We can't really that. Or not really. We can't discuss that with you at the time.
Like, were you? I mean, I don't know. Yeah, because I got the message from you about any slots available for today. It was kind of like curveball. Like, I didn't expect that.
Well, I came in here because I'm sure you in the community has some questions. I also had some things I'd like to explain from my own end. So yeah. So I figured one of the best ways to do it was to go to the fucking place where everyone comes to tune in. Everyone listens to MNN, everyone reviews it, everyone watches. I'm sure there's 20, 30 people watching this right now.
I don't know. It's kind of like the first 3 people were just BSing. Just pretty much like the original idea for this stream today was just to be like, we're gonna have like 3 active duty people come on, talk about Milsim and military stuff. Kind of like throw out some BS as well. But yeah, like I wasn't even expecting having 5 more on board today. But yeah, there's recent claims that it's poaching. Would you like to dispel that?
Mail.
Yeah, by all means, go for it, brother.
Okay, so initially, no 5th MR personnel out of the get-go received discharge when everything had went down with Dev moving to 173rd with the majority of the unit. LT Crow at the time was busy, or I should say Major Crow at the time was busy with personal life things. So when it came down to it, he only saw really one choice, which was to keep all of his men together. So that's why he told them, listen, move to 173rd. Because he saw that it was going to be somewhat of a good unit, because they were taking a lot of what they learned in 5MR and applying it to 173rd. So in order to keep all the guys together, he felt that it was being, the best to push them that way, instead of just disbanding or just discharging them all and them going to random teams. So when it came time around for myself and LT here to start the unit back up, basically get everybody back in, we put out a statement on Twitter listening to everybody that basically had been in previous 5MR like 3 weeks from that date, stating that any merits, awards, TIS, which is for us is time of service, time and grade, anything that they achieved in that realm, so not rank, not MOSs, not billets, none of that was promised. Only the stuff that they earn it, so stuff like the awards, the merits, their time in service and stuff, we allowed them to retain if they were to come back. In order for us to be able to see who was going to come back, we put out on Twitter that they must re-enlist. They must come back to us and say, hey, come back to 5MR. Because in order for us to understand who to keep on and who to discharge, which there are certain units such as who got their papers for the people who went to 101A. There's a couple individuals from prior 5MR that did go that way. There's people their papers, and to understand who's within our regiment still, because we had over 90 people on the TNO doc that we have that has all of our people that are currently active in the regiment. In order for us to understand who's in the regiment, we needed to put out to see who was going to stay or who was going to come back. We did at no time tell people in other units, hey, get your papers, come over here. Simply just a statement.
Alright.
And then a lot of teams are saying, well, you came to my men and you poached them. Well, I get to perceive any proof of that. No one sent proof. The only proof that they've used is the screenshot of the Twitter post.
Yeah, we've
that's
seen
not
that
proof.
a couple times.
And the way I view it,
Sure.
if they were a former 5MR and they're leaving your team to come back, your team must not be very proficient in terms of military simulation if they come back to us.
Alright. For what you've been here for the past couple days is that pretty sure that the blacklist vote that was put up when this whole shindig happened began. As we know, that's still in effect. Now, there's apparently a new talk into the whole team of 5MR being blacklisted. Do you care to comment on that?
Well, the way I view it is I've been told about it. It was brought up by Colonel Hernandez and one Cav. Well, there simply isn't any proof. And the way I view it, if they were to try and push for that blacklist, it would be a spite blacklist, meaning we either A, whooped their ass, or B, we made them mad, so now they can't defeat us in conventional war, which is typically how, which, let me back foot a little bit, how they're trying to
A matter
push the
such as
blacklist
poaching.
is- Yes. They're trying to say this mass poaching deserves a blacklist. Well, if it's mass poaching, why aren't you on my server? Because for ages, like ever since Milsim started on Battlefield 4, you're on Battlefield 3, it was handled by war and combat. It was handled by making one team submit to the other. And unfortunately, instead of taking that conventional route, they want to just take the easier route. The cowardice route.
Alright. Now, we understand that, what was it? Any former 5MR members have about 4 weeks, correct? To,
3.5.
leave the year that they're 3.5 now. To come back to 5MR. After that, they would have to restart the whole re-enlistment process, correct?
Yep, they have to go through boot. They'd have to complete boot, complete SOI. They say a sergeant of 5MR. He was E5. You know, that takes a lot of time. That takes 5 to 6 months to get in 5MR. You know, a lot of teams, they can't say the same. If he doesn't come back within this time frame, he has to recomplete boot camp. He has to recomplete his SOI, and he has to reach the required time in service of being like in 5MR to, you know, attain that rank. Let's say he earned
And also go under
awards, he earned medals. Exactly, undergo the squad leader training program, you know, NCO development course, and yeah, I mean, it's quite simple.
Alright. You said, what was it, 5 to 6 months to go through, like, all this, like, boot camp, SOI, squad lead training, and all that stuff?
No, so for the rank of sergeant, I think it's 5 months you have to be in 5MR. Or like you have to have been in 5MR, spend your time. Now that comes with the addition of completing your, you know, your SOI, completing your fucking required training that may be past SOI, so your MLS school, going to fucking ITV, all that shit. Well, then once they're selected to become a sergeant, they'd have to complete the squad leader training course, which we've labeled as SULK, Small Unit Leading Course. They'd have to complete that, which in its own right is a 1 to 2 month training program. So it's essentially it's a lot of work to reach that rank in 5MR. Like you have to grind for it. You know what I mean? Like it's a you know, in the Marine Corps and in the military, an NCO is a valued position. It's looked upon as it's a position of respect and someone who's highly intelligent in their profession. You know what I mean? Well, here at 5MR, you know, since we emulate the Marine Corps to the highest standards, we emulate that. You know, you want to become a fucking leader? Well, you're gonna earn it and you're gonna act like it. Cops?
Oh, yeah. I kind of have my mic on mute. Yes, I just seen you joined in.
Yep, Pence is our head corpsman. He'd lead, you know, he's writing up our doc for it, and people that want to go corpsman, he's gonna train them up.
I kind of figured he was
I
going to
like
join the
medics.
Navy. Was it Gunner's mate, correct?
In the next month or two.
Maybe you're sitting at a computer shooting missiles and shit. Just don't be an asshole when you go on Liberty, dude, because usually it's like 2 people to go off the ship on 4 ports.
Remember me, push button petty officer. Haven't done anything but out.
You going to like what? You going to like 4 when you get out? The get done with training or E5?
Yeah, before, if you get a secondary school, after that school.
No, that's pretty new, man. That's pretty new. Have fun in boot camp, dude. Just don't look your your RDC in the face. Just like look kind of at them, but kind of like through them. So as soon as you make eye contact, man, that's hell. Never understood it, but that's what it is. Mr. Crow, forgetting your damn rank, Lieutenant Crow.
Lieutenant.
Do you think second lieutenant? Oh, second lieutenant's baby Louis.
Interesting fact. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I got a book called Fubar. And stuff. But in your own opinion, do you think 5MR is stronger than what it was before the shindig happened compared to after?
No. I don't think so. I'll let my sergeant here elaborate on it.
Wins or any would raid us or any unit that we would go to raid or any conflict we would get into, we'd be able to put full 32 in the lobby and we'd be confident in all our leaders to carry out their orders, be able to actually execute without us having to micromanage as much. It was a perfect machine before it all fell apart. Now it's just working back to it. That's why we started at infantry level. We want to ensure that what we're best known for is taking care of, and that we know that our infantry is going to continue to be the best. Exactly.
So kind of like a phoenix rising from its own ashes.
Exactly.
Fucking hell, I'm tired.
Luckily, we've gotten a lot of our former FTL and squad leadership back, so we have a lot of good eggs in the batch that we can, foster and re-put the work into to being able to get them back up to what they were.
That's cool. Is 5MR still doing infantry war games, or was that put on hold?
I think they're coming up in January, if I'm not correct. I'm not 100%, but
January.
so I'm not 100% either way. I do have intentions to to get it going again. And this time I think 5MR will completely stay out and just be the people observing.
I was actually looking to talk to you about that, Salty.
What's that?
I was actually looking at, real quick, HM. I was actually looking to talk with Eminem about that, or trying to get a third party to be able to kind of help and
like
also ref the infantry games. Well, no, not advertise, but help advertise it, because a lot of the rhetoric and shit right now is that our infantry games are biased and that we kick people for no reason, and that we're only letting units in that we know we can smash, and that our unit wasn't in there, so you're not the best unit in the community, like a lot of bullshit going on. So I feel like if we have a third party help manage it, then there's really no room for anybody to be mad at the system, and it will run smoother.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind helping. Heck,
Good, HM.
Every time I think about this, like, it kind of seems like the whole playoffs leading up to the Super Bowl. You got one match against Team A, Team B, and C and D are going at it, E and F, such and such. Then all leads up to Team 1 and 2 smashing and whoever comes up on top.
Yeah, we'll call it unrealistic, but I mean, like, we train our infantry a lot, so I mean, like, in order to pin them against each other and like something that's organized such as that, and not like have any hard feelings come out. It's nice. It's nice to see the community, come together for something like that. It's not completely Milsim, but it gets to test your men against, other units without having to go through the banter and arguing.
Yeah, man. Wouldn't mind helping out.
One thing that I was going to say prior is that probably, like I'm saying, probably, regardless if it's this month, next month, or January, it'd probably be best to have it in January, because obviously a lot of people are either hitting that near end of the year testing, then you got throw in all the vacations, holidays in there. So even though I won't be here in January because I'll be gone, I'll be in boot at that time. The great mistakes.
Send me the address so I can send you a care package.
No, don't send me a care package.
I'm gonna do it. Right?
No.
And RACs are gonna look at you like, what the fuck kind of people do you know?
Yeah, when we develop it, or when Crow or here whoever develops it and gets set up, it will probably be after the holiday season. So all these teams that did the great old end of the year recruiting, had that good 2-week break of just recruiting, those guys who are in school, who are in college, whatever it is, they have all that time to recruit, get up their team, get a few weeks to train in between, and then in January the game should be bigger, better, and in the end more fun for everybody.
Yep.
The third party
Yeah,
thing
we'll try to
there
give a
is-
month warning.
Yeah. To start informing people that, hey, if you are interested in this, get your guys together, start training them, because the maps aren't really predetermined, as in like we don't plan them months and months before. It'll be one of those things, we'll just choose maps for that day, and it is what it is. It's not one of these things predetermined and we know
it's
we train
infantry
on it.
only, correct?
Yeah, infantry games, infantry only, so
That'd be something to
It's-
see, actually. 'Cause I don't think, like, I know I've seen maybe one of those infantry games so far. And
It's
But
one of those
definitely a
things-
blast. It's always different maps.
yeah,
out there, we're trying, or before I leave, I'm going to help put my opinion into this, but really get more of the teams out there, because there's some teams who aren't really large, so they don't really come out to these games. And probably something we can work out is if you're multiple small teams, you put multiple small teams either side, and they can work in larger groups, or you can have small team fights towards 12-on-12, 6-on-6, whatever it is, just to make those games better and more encompassing when it comes to the whole community altogether.
yeah, it was something like
Oh,
that.
and you can
always
because,
have the
say,
larger team
12v12
adjust.
will have
Yeah.
to be kind of on a smaller map that would fit that.
Yeah.
That way, it's not on some big ass map. Let's say like on Caspian border, where it's constant. Like you have to haul ass 5-foot or ATV just to go kill some guy.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that.
when it
that
comes to
actually
also,
sounds good.
the larger it becomes, the maps will be, the match parameters themselves will probably be adjusted, because if we have one of these things to where multiple matches end up on the same day, because we have a lot of teams trying to participate, the matches will then be pretty much honed down to what's a good number of tickets, how long should there be a timer, should there not be a timer, and it's all about just going in there, said parameters, because if it's small, we can do these 2,000, 3,000 ticket games if you really want to. We got
If
unlimited time for them.
if it's like a timer kind of thing, I could see a lot of units practicing for that, and it'll be like going from, say, a squad or acting as, say, quick as a actual QRF force, because it'd be like,
Yeah.
what's the best way? Like a well-oiled machine. It's like everything's working in order, all the cards falling in one place. Next thing you know, Team B wipes the floor with Team C. Yeah, that'll be actually good. And the way it'll be done is like what, brackets?
What do you mean? Can you elaborate on that
Yeah,
statement?
usually that's traditional.
Yeah, it's like you got a list of the teams, divide them in like, put the list, say it's at 20. You got brackets like 10 teams on each side, and it's like 5 matches on each side. And it all builds up right into the middle to that one team from, let's say, Group A and Group B.
That all depends.
It's
on
Kinda
definitely
like,
something that's a
kind of
lot
like
of...
March Madness. If you're a basketball fan, March Madness, to use that as a reference.
There's a lot of new factors we want to consider. You know, the last War Games was the one 5MR actually held. Like, that was the first one we held. There's a lot of things we noticed could be... And I think there's quite a few things we want to get community input on how they feel it should be revamped, or some things that should be included. Because it's something that for a year now, almost, I think more than a year, I'm not 100%, it's been an event that brought the community together. You know, it's definitely something that, it's definitely community defining.
Alright. Shit, what else?
Any other questions on the infantry war game aspects?
Not really questions, but this one is kind of a little Navy advice to pennants. I'm not saying this, but if you happen to go up, like, get sent up to DRB or Captain's Mass,
Oh shit.
Just, I mean, best advice for something like that I could offer you is take it with a grain of salt and take it with some pride, because there's a saying I heard while I was in, you can't really trust someone who hasn't been through at least DRB.
They're either a fucking ass sniffer or something, but yeah.
Yeah. I work with a guy, he was cooking a flag mess for admirals, and he brags about that shit all the time. I asked him, you ever been to DRB? Fuck no, I was a good boy. That's why we don't trust you.
Like Whiskey and Crow here know, is he served 20 years. I'm pretty sure I told you this before in a previous conversation you and I had. And like I told them, and I probably told you, my old man was an E6 4 times and an E5 5 times.
Fuck.
He's been Captain Mans. He's also been
Went
to
there 9
Exo's
times?
office. Yeah, he's gotten demoted 9 times, and
Shit, man, he beats
you
my
know,
record. I
he
went
has a
to
bunch of
4
stories where-
DRBs and one XOI and one NJP.
what are you doing as a CS to get sent up that much? Are you like spitting in people's food?
No, not really, just fucking around.
Oh, jeez. What the?
I remember I got me and this dude got in a fight in the galley, and it was during lunch hours, and next thing you know, fucking 2 hours later, hey, get your dress uniform ready, you're going to DRB. But yeah, man.
he's, he
It's
gave me that
it's
advice,
not
and of
really
course
that
your
bad.
advice
It's
is
just, I mean, if you could take an ass chewing, then DRB. That's pretty much DRB is that you're standing in front of chiefs and chiefs mess. You're in your dress uniform, standing at attention, and it's just about every chief on the ship is just asking you a question. It's just like, why did you do it? What would bring you to do something like shit? Then the CMC and the rest of, like, a couple other chiefs decides like whether you should be sent up. And I was lucky, like 3 out of the 4 times, the cases where I went to DRB for never got sent up to XOI or NJP. It's just that one time.
That's good. So,
People ask me how the fuck you getting out with honorable discharge and you've been to DRB 4 times. So I'm just lucky.
yeah, I guess it does come down to what you really did and how you respond and how you take the DRB, and if you're gonna be a whiny little cunt, obviously that ain't gonna look out for you, and you might go farther than that. But if you, like you said, take it with a grain of salt, just sit there, straight face it, not talk back, answer the questions as short and
Master
clean
Chief,
out as
no,
possible.
Master Chief. Yes, Senior Chief.
You
no,
keep your
Senior Chief.
honoraries.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's all I got, man. It's on your wish list. Put a cruiser, dude. But yeah, let's
Yes,
get
I swear to God, if I get thrown on a fucking bubblehead command, I'm gonna wrists.